got a great mix of smalls, talls, and medium-type players to the Maggies. I mean, you've got the talls like Laverty and Tweedale. So many smalls to pick from, like Will O'Keefe and Marjanovic, and the list really goes on. And the Albury Tigers, well, they've got a great roaming player in Jake Ryan. As we mentioned, just wonderful last week. 6 goals straight he kicked against the Doggies, Dan.
Oh, he was fantastic. I'm really keen to see how he goes today. And Will Blomley just did the toss as well, playing his last game for the Albury Tigers today. So a big celebration day for him. And playing his 100th game in his last game as well, which is awesome to see. And he, I believe, won the toss and he'll be kicking to the town end, Lukey.
Yeah, beautiful. So at the moment, the Tigers coming in for one last huddle. They're about 35 to 40 out from ground at the Evans Street end, and the Maggies being drawn in now at the club rooms end. So what will happen here? They'll play in an elimination final next Sunday, the Wang Magpies, but we are yet to know their opponent. So what a scenario we've got. Wonderful. So the Myrtleford Alpine Saints take on, of course, the Albury Hoppers this afternoon up at the McNamara Reserve. And that's one of our other broadcast games this afternoon on our sister station, 102.1 Edge FM. So the loser will play the Wang Maggies, Dan. It's sensational.
Oh, it is, and such a fierce competitor, Wang Magpies as well. So if you come up against them in the elimination final, you are going to be nervous. But I guess the most important thing today for Wang is just to get their system right, get the win today. And as boring as it might sound, the old 1 week at a time cliche is important today. Just get the win against Albury, and then they can start forecasting next week, Lukey, and look at September footy.
Dan Vaccaro again for the Newmarket Hotel this afternoon. Joel Montgomery for 40 Winks. Joel, who are we taking a look at on the stat sheet this afternoon?
Yeah, for Wangaratta, we've got some real class midfielders in today. We've got Clark, Sharrock, Melville, Federico, and you did mention him before, a bit of added size to him, so he's going to be easy to identify today, and that's Norton. For the Albury Tigers, going on the smaller side, we're going Gaynor. We're actually going to have a look at the coach today in Garthwaite, Jakey Page and Kelly. And the man we had on earlier today, our superstar, Mickey Duncan.
Yeah, beautiful. And we can see him in the middle at the moment.
Started in the middle.
Wonderful. Z-Barth is also in there with Bowden and Jake Gaynor. And the Maggies making their way to the centre. There's big Chris Knowles. Sharrock is in there also. Alex Federico, the Preston Prince, and Dan Sharrock. Our umpires for today's clash are Warwick Henderson, Matthew Hughes, and also Dylan Sidebottom. And we're not far off going. Our first term is for A-grade oils and batteries. What a beauty this is. A clash between two super clubs of the O&M. Again, the Wang Maggies, established back in 1877. The Albury Tigers in 1876. So much history. And here we go at Norm Inns. Bowden got up high. Ball at bootlace level, bouncing around Federico, up to Melville. And they release Knowles. Chris goes inside 50. Club room's end. Kelly is having a very good season for the yellow and black pen. That one a little scrubby off the boot. Boone going back. Picks it up at bootlace level. Robertson around his body. Turned over. Tyler Norton. That ball must have been touched because he played on very quickly. Melville at the bottom, and we'll have a ball up on the flank.
Yeah, early days, but a positive start for Wang, and Chris Knowles getting that first clearance out of the midfield and pumping them forward.
So not far from our broadcast position. Z-Barth going over it. Dan Sharrock, left foot. So great to have him back this season. Oh, Knowles nearly took a one-hander. Umpire said play on. Yeah. Didn't go the required distance, Dan.
No, not 15. So they're pretty good on that, the umpires. But, yeah, good to see Dan Sharrock getting involved early.
So perfect conditions here at Norm Inns. No excuse for either team this afternoon. Here's Roberts. Jet. Hooks one around. O'Keefe takes the mark. 30 out directly in front, and the Maggies will get their first shot on goal, Dan.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting first to the contest at the moment, this opening minutes for Wang Magpies. Are just first in and getting that kick forward as well. Doesn't need to be pretty, doesn't need to be clean, but first at the footy is always wins out, and they're going to have a set shot 25, 30 metres out directly in front, Lukey.
So this to get the Maggies off to a perfect start on their home deck. At Norm Inns, Will O'Keefe comes in, absolutely picture perfect. First blood to the black and white.
Yeah, and we'll go for some stats on the 40-wing stat sheet, Joel.
Yeah,
Early days.
Starting hot, the Wangaratta midfield. 3 clearances and 3 inside 50s there. Sharrock and Melville, a couple of early touches.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It was just that starting early and just that surging the football forward, Lukey, is the most important thing for Wangaratta Rovers in the opening couple of minutes as well. Not pretty, but fell into the lap there and a really good finish by Wang.
Got to mention, for those listening on 1494 2AY, the Tigers are wearing their predominantly yellow Guernsey today. Their Clash Guernsey looks wonderful. Bowden, again, Gaynor, got a left hand to it. Jackson Kelly, beautiful hand pass to Cameron. Harry goes short, tried to pick up Ryan. Of course, had that fantastic game last week against the Wodonga Bulldogs where he kicked 6 straight goals. Right, goes right back to the back pocket. Wide side to it, left foot. Good kick. So the Maggies working this one out of defence. Ball is with Sharrock, just adjacent to the scoreboard. So the Albury Tigers lead 6 points to nothing thanks to Steele line. Ball on the half-back flank. So let's see what the Magpies can do here. Norton turns it over to Heiner Hennessy. So the Albury Tigers have to turn defence into attack. Low ball going in. Grills. Welcome back, Jimmy. Takes the mark. 30 out directly in front at the Evans Street end.
Yeah, it's just the worst possible place to turn the ball over, Lukey. When you're trying to go through that middle of the ground, you got to make sure there's an option there. And Albury, you're going to make you pay. Kicking on that 45, straight into the 50. And Jimmy Grills, the Polocross superstar, has a set shot. He'll kick directly in front. I reckon he'll kick it at about 45 metres out, Lukey.
Polocross superstar right, Dan. For those unaware, this man captains the Australian Polocross team. Now he's put it up, Jimmy, left foot, that one going wide, through for 1 minor score. So the Tigers on the board, thanks to Steele on. Maggie's up, 6 plays 1.
As I said, like if you're going to turn it over at about 60 out, it's just going to give Albury the best possible look. So positive start.
Ken Barrett comes away from the full-back position. Long ball up towards centre wing on the far side. Chris Knowles picks it up to Jasper Craven. Clark got a bad bounce. Bowden is there. He's taken by Craven. And umpire Hughes will take it. So on the Ovens River side of the ground, left of centre wing, Knowles again. Got it out the back. Whiteside Tour had a swipe at it by his foot. Kelly to Gaynor. Good work. They go to half forward. Ball came out the front of the contest. Ryan brought down numbers around the pill. And we'll have a stoppage.
Yeah, Chris Knowles looks to be having a bit of a say early as well in that ruck battle there with Bowden.
How are we going, Joel, on that 40-wing stat sheet?
Yeah, Albury are starting to get those clearances back, 2 to 3 now.
Joel Montgomery with us. Mick Duncan around his body. Ellis dropped the mark going back with a flight. Try to recover. Federico to Melville. Nice work to Dan Sharrock. It's being run down by Cameron, but he got his kick away, and it was a beauty, finding Xavier Laverty, 40 out, Dan.
Yeah, he just got goal side of Ryan Garthwaite there, and has pretty decent leg speed, Xavier Laverty, for a big forward as well, and just burnt him a little bit, Ryan Garthwaite, but that's going to be a matchup for the day as well. Xavier Laverty's kicked 40 goals this year for Wang Magpies, and he's going to have a task on him at Ryan Garthwaite, but if he puts one through here, early chocolates, he'll kick from about 45.
Yeah, he's got some talent, this young kid. Xavier Laverty, he'll strike the footy from 45, club room's end, and he's missed that one. So that one's gone through for a minor score. So 7 plays 6 here on the Steel Line scoreboard. Maggie's up.
Yeah, just a miss to the near side there by Xavier Laverty, but really that turn of speed was a really positive against Ryan Garthwaite as well. So going to be an interesting watch that matchup today.
Absolutely. Bowden, half-back for the Tigers. Good, strong mark. This guy's been so good for the Albury Football Club this year. Short to Jake Page. Another chip kick into Jackson Kelly.
Son of a gun.
Son of Paul Kelly. Oh, son of a gun, all right. Absolute Sydney Swans legend. They switch it across half-back to Byrne into Garthwaite. So he's down back. The start of this football game. Back to Kelly. So it's virtually back where it started, Dan.
Yeah, they look to be going a little bit methodical. They don't want to pull that trigger into the midfield just yet, early days.
Unthanked, usually good by foot, down to half forward. Pattinson, he swung around, got it to Blomley, playing his final game for the Albury Tigers today. Ryan Grossman, was it over the shoulder? Yes, the umpire said.
Yeah, good call. He definitely got him over the shoulder there.
Now this guy was deadly last week. Dan, this is a very tough angle. He's hard up against the boundary line here. Evans Street end, about 45 out.
Yeah, very, very tough angle here for Albury. So I can't help but think his eyes are just going to be darting, but he's going to kick it probably with about 35 out, but a very, very tight angle indeed.
So this man is a sharp shooter in the true sense of the term. Let's have a look. Jake Ryan, he's about to pop it on the boot. And that one's going very close across the face of goal. And again, through for a behind. So Albury, at the moment, 7 plays 2. Scoreboard was wrong early. No, it's going to changed again. That'll be right. Happens a bit here at Normans. Federico, 30 out from their own defensive goal. Jasper Craven and Byrne in a tussle. Here goes Max. Won the footy back for the yellow and black to Kelly. Then back to Byrne. Low driving, kicked in, come off the boot all that well. Ryan, about 70 out. Looking to feed it off. Gets it right back out of the back of the contest to Unthank. Back to Byrne. Now Will hooks one back. Gee, that was nice to Pattinson. Ryan about 65 out looking for a target. Beautiful footy. And what's going to happen here? Sharrock, he goes in. Norton for the Maggies. And we're going to have a stoppage about 45 out from the Evans Street end.
Yeah, you can see what Wang are trying to do. They're trying to kick it over that sort of web that Albury have set up. But on that occasion there, if you turn it over, they're going to come back with a lot of pace, Albury.
Heine Hennessy brought to ground. So the Tigers 1-2-8 lead the Maggies 1-1-7 on the steel line scoreboard. We'll go to Joel Montgomery for 40 weeks.
Yeah, Jackson Kelly is going really up high from half forward to the back line and then distributing with 4 touches so far.
Bouncing ball, centre wing, far side. Byrne gets around Craven. He's been good early. Max into McDuncan. Had him on in our pre-game thanks to Soul Plus Electrical.
Superstar.
Gunn. Bowden, back out wide. So they're happy to chip the footy around. They're liking the patient build-up there.
Yeah, they do. They are going methodical. I just can't help but think going in with pace, but if they look to the middle like they are now, it could really prove deadly against Wang.
This is O&M Live, 1494 2AY. So Will Unthank. Virtue across the middle of the ground, goes right out wide inside 50. Grossman picks it up. And we'll see it across the chalk. So inside 50s early. Joel, thanks to 40 Wings.
Yes, Albury have now got the ascendancy there with 6 inside 50s to 4.
Yeah, what a big day on O&M Live. Of course, the other game we're broadcasting is Myrtleford versus North Albury at the McNamara Reserve on 102.1 Edge FM. That one in the battle for 3rd spot. What a super scenario. And we're also streaming the TDFL qualifying final between the Barnawatha Tigers and the Chiltern Swans of the Sandy Creek Reserve. Be a big crowd out there, Dan.
Oh, absolutely. It always is every year. The MCG of the Bush, they call it, Lukey. It's a great venue.
Kelly tried to go off the deck. Pattinson hooks it back into Z-Bath. Carey, that was Jesse. Maggie's went it away, though. Barrett just hacks it out of defence here. Well, nice work. Unthank going back. Laverty hooked one over his head. Unthank wins it back to Byrne and then back to Will. Left foot. They go to half forward. Now Norton picks it up here. Couldn't get past the tackle. And he's brought down and the Tigers win it.
That's a huge tackle there by Albury as well. They were pretty much out there. If they got past Tyler Norton, they were definitely on the overlap running into goal.
And Zebar's in a bit of trouble after that. Pulled up a little proppy. They come this way to the debutant. And Bailey Hodgson goes low. Good kick. Not quite to Jesse Quaid, the other debutant. So both combining on that occasion. Ball out of bounds in front of the WB Richardson stand.
Yeah, that's it, Lukey. And a couple other games going on at the moment for around the grounds for Mr. Stokes Poolwood. Wangaratta Rovers kicked the first 3 goals against Wodonga, so 19 plays 0. Murderford 12 to North Albury's 8. Lavington 13 to Coral's 1. And so far in the JC Low Oval, Yarrawonga 0 goals 3 to Raiders none.
And back here at Normans, the Tigers lead by a point, 128 to 117 on the steel line scoreboard. Wright gets it to Grossman. Off half back. Now Hayden sits under this. Ben Kelly with a big fist over the top. Bean to Marjanovic. Now Braden, he tried to get it out to O'Keefe. Bowden went by it. Craven, nice. On to Will O'Keefe, who kicked the opening goal in this game for the Maggies to Melville. Now Sharrock dances around Heine Hennessy. They get the ball out wide to White Tie Tour. Now let's have a look at this. White Tie for Jackson Clark. Good kick, good mark. Now, I reckon this man is within range. Dan, he's going to go short, though. Jackson Clark to Laverty. Garthwaite just troubled him out of it. Ball out of bounds in the pocket.
Yeah, probably the best option was for Jackson Clark to go back there, Luke. He's such a beautiful kick, but I really loved it. The play looked a little bit clunky there, Wang, when they were out in this wing, but they managed to get it out on the fat side and get it in their forward 50. So good play.
Clubroom's end. Gainer. Ducking and weaving for the Tigers. Lost his footing. Federico had him. Be it. Nice hand pass. Got it away. Bouncing ball. And it's gone through for 1- score here to the Maggies. So it's all tied up. 1-8 apiece, thanks to Steelline. As the Tigers come out of the back pocket. Bowden. Inside they go. Kelson. Back into the team for the Tigers this week. Back to Bowden, who just fumbled at a crucial stage. Maggie through Tweedale. Just tried to get it around his body. Duncan came through to Kelson. Cameron goes in also. Blomley ends up with it. Whistle. Now, the advantage was play, but I don't think they really gained anything from it because the whistle was blown, which they're supposed to do, Dan, but it just brought a halt to play.
Yeah, they did. They paid the advantage, and that contest there by Mickey Duncan, how good was that? That was able to surge the ball forward. So not the cleanest start from both teams, but getting the ball forward is the most important priority at the moment.
Joel Montgomery will get our leading possession getter for both teams, thanks to 40 wins.
Jackson Kelly is on 6. Brad Melville is on 6 as well, with Sharrock not far behind on 5.
Yeah, Squid Melville, he's a superstar, Lukey. Absolute gun.
Wang Magpies, 10-7, sitting 5th on the O&M ladder. The Albury Tigers, 8-9, 7th. Duncan, in close, clamped in the ball, and the umpire again to take it. So it's on the flank here, favouring the Evans Street end, adjacent of the WB Richardson stand here at Wang. Tweedale ends up with Ellis. Try to get it to O'Keefe. Unthanked. He's been busy in the opening term, Will. He's done some great work. Ball out of bounds.
He has. I really like Will Unthank. He's a really good raking left foot kick as well. So just learning his craft. He's been in that 22 for Albury for the last couple of years now, Lukey. So just really starting to become more of a senior player, and he looks good off the half back.
Dan Vaccaro from the Newmarket Hotel. Opening term for A-grade Alls and Batteries. Tigers up by 1, thanks to Steelline. Gotchling goes inside 50. Clark spins around. Right foot banana going for home. That is a Sanjan goal of the day. Here's a class act. Jackson Clark, a ripping goal to the clubroom's end.
Oh, he's an absolute superstar, Jackson Clark. Yeah, he started this game like a house on fire, and he just put it through the big sticks there. And Wangaratta, they're just feeling out this game at the moment. As I said, it's probably been a little bit clunky at times, but yeah, going forward there. And if you've got a luxury of Jackson Clark resting forward, well, he's just one of the best players in the competition. Joel Montgomery, what are his numbers?
Well, he's only had a couple of touches there, but you can see the class of that. He's mainly been forward for the most of this quarter, so he's had 2 in the last 5 minutes, and 2 of them have been inside 50 and 1 have been a goal.
He's fantastic. He averages over 8 score involvements a game, Lukey, so probably their most important player, Jackson Clark.
Yeah, he's a gun, Dan. Of course, the Maggies captain. The first goal of the game to Will O'Keefe from the Maggies. The second to Jimmy Grills for the yellow and black. And Jackson Clark with a right foot banana. Good mark going back with the flight. It's Melville. Brad, he just had to hold his ground and his nerve, and he did so. Short to Jet Roberts. They play on to Smart. Harrison into the middle. Ball knocked out of his grasp. Here goes Sharrock. And then going to ground is Alex Federico, just left of his centre, and we'll have a stoppage.
Yeah, it's been a really good start from both teams, really, as we said. Both teams just trying to feel it out at the moment, and both looking to go in the midfield when they can as well. So exciting footy ahead.
Here goes Clark with the footy, sends it in forward. Let's have a look down there. Hayden rebounded off his shoulder. Unthank again, just hacks it out of there. Good mark from Jimmy Grills. So what can the Tigers work forward from here? Got to try and pluck out a yellow Guernsey on the outer side. That's not a great kick, and that one has gone out of bounds on the full, so they didn't need that, Dan.
No, they'll lots have his time over again there. Jimmy Grills and Wangaratta will have a chance. Just forward to centre wing as well, so an attacking position for them.
So let's have a look here. My apologies.
Oh, it's a good kick.
Jimmy Grills, of course, the Tigers goalless. He didn't kick a goal. It was a behind. Down towards the goal square for the Maggies. Cameron. Garthwaite. Trying to pick out Page. He got him.
Jacob Page. He's had a pretty solid year. He's generally susceptible to those run-with roles, but obviously throughout injury and a lot of young players coming in, he's really become a stalwart in that midfield as well.
Page swings it to the outer side. White side to it to Laverty, who just lost his grip of the footy. Grills, wild hand pass out the side. Bean comes in for the Maggies. Kelson's got him. And the umpire's going to take it just outside 50. Club room's end. Let's go to Joel Montgomery for 40 wings.
Wang still have that ascendancy in the clearances, 9-5 at the moment, and they've evened up on the inside 50s at 8 apiece.
There you go, and around the grounds quickly for Mr. Pillwood. Rovers have the jump, 27 to Wodonga's 1.
Kelly got a hand to it. Bean came bursting through. Here he goes, Max. He gets onto his left foot. He sends it towards the top of the goal square. Garthwaite for the yellow and black holds up. And he takes the mark and he wants to shift it to the broadcast side. Ellis sits under it. Nice work from Jake Page, who spoilt the mark. Ball back at bootleg settle. And the umpire will take it in.
Oh, really good use of the body there by Garthwaite on Laverty. He's going to be a more solid type. So in that one-on-one contest, he's going to pose a threat. But the kick was poor. Just hung it in the air too much. Ryan Garthwaite.
So despite the Albury Tigers beating the Maggies back in round 9 earlier this year at the Albury Sports Ground, the Maggies hot favourites to win this contest this afternoon. And we're about to have a stoppage. 40 out, club room's end again. So at the moment, it's the Wang Maggies 2-1-13, leading the Albury Tigers 2 behinds, thanks to Steel Line.
Yeah, commentators dream these stoppages here, Lukey.
Let's have a look there.
Never ending.
That's right. Tweedale and Kelly. Kelly got the best of that one. Whiteside to it, picks it up. Left foot, tries to hook it back. And fortuitously, ends up in the hands of Braden Marjanovic.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's good lead up to just be in front of your opponent there by Marjanovic, but the best name in footy. Whiteside Tour was really good in the contest there and able to find a man. As we said, it's not super pretty at the moment, Lukey, but just getting that ascendancy and that footy forward is paying dividends for Wang.
So Braden Marjanovic with a chance to kick the Maggies third. He'll strike the footy from 40 out. We'll get a great view of this one on the live stream, thanks to Snap Print Solutions. Dougie on the camera just to the right of me, virtually directly behind this. Let's have a look. Braden Marjanovic, he steers it through. Beautiful kick. Maggies get their third, 19 plays 2 here, thanks to Steel Line.
You can see there, guys, really good clearance by our favourite name, White Eye. He did not actually panic at all, going on to the left and just found that little lead-up target, and it was a really good contested mark in the end.
Yeah, it's perfect, and it's a good start here for Wang Magpies. 3-1-19 plays Albury 0 goals 2-2, and other games around the globe at the moment. For Mr. Stow's Pillwood, Wangaratta Rovers 4-5-29 plays Wodonga 0 goals 1. And the game of the round, North Albury and Murderford. Murderford 3 goals straight 18 to North Albury 1-3-9.
Very interesting, rightio. We recommence back in the middle of Norm Ince. Will Bowden and Chris Knowles. Knowles, double fister. Dan Sharrock trying to break away from the middle. Got it up to Knowles. Norton goes in. Bender's got him. Umpire Hughes to take it. So left of a centre. The opening term, we've got an 11.5 for NZ. Maggie's up 19-2, thanks to Steel Line. Federico on his right boot, up in the air, sends it inside 50. Robertson came out, Grills. Now here's Hayden. Flicked it over his head by a handball. Then Armthank goes right out wide and he picks up Jake Page. So Page just left of centre wing.
He's had a really good start, Will Armthank, as well, off that half-back, hasn't he, Lukey? Just that left foot is just perfect.
Ovens River side of the ground, trying to pick up Ryan. Ball out of bounds now right of centre wing on the far side.
Jay Kelly had a little bit of time on the bench, boys. He's back out there now. He's leading the Tigers with 6 possessions. Bradley Melville with 7 for the Magpies.
That's the voice of Joel Montgomery, I should say, for 40 winks.
Knowles goes short. Marjanovic in a one-on-one with Byrne. Well done by Braden to get out to Fraser Ellis. Ordinary kick off the boot. Gotchling, look at that. On to Jackson Clark. Laverty about to run in, point blank, and thumps it through. 4 goals on the board for the Maggies. 25 plays 2, thanks to Steel Line.
Yeah, great play there by Albury to get that overlap and then get that man 1 out in the 50 as well. Big Xavier Laverty. He's kicked 41 goals for the year too, so he's been in super form, and he just decided to kick that back to I don't know where that location is going to be, Lukey.
Trying
But
to
it's
hit
going
the
to be
netball
back.
courts, I think.
The netball courts, well, I'll tell you what, I reckon it's going over that, Lukey. He gave it everything then, but look, a really good start by Wang. They're just able to get that overlap, whether they go through the midfield or even if they push out to the wings as well, Lukey, they get to get that player right in that special spot of that 60, 50 metres out and run it into goal. So, really good start by Wang.
And you can see that it wasn't the most fluent. Clunky is the word you've used a few times, Dan, particularly from half back to half forward. But when you got guys like Clark, who's only had the 4 touches, but they've all been real composed and just get that handball over top, no panic, easy goal.
It's just getting the ball forward, isn't it? And that's exactly what Wang are doing right now.
Yeah, the Tigers yet to kick a major in the opening term. Goals for the Maggies through Will O'Keefe, Jackson Clark, Braden Marjanovic, and also Xavier Laverty. And the ball out in front of Laverty here on the forward flank on the far side of the ground. So about 65 around from goal.
And just the clearance game as well, Lukey. Wang are really starting to get on top. We just saw Dan Sharrock there. He's starting to get back to his best as well. And if more stoppages happen around the ground, that's going to work in Wang's favour. With that strong midfielder, Sharrock, Federico, or we could be in a bit of trouble if it's a stoppage game.
Knowles to O'Keefe, then flicks it over his head. Duncan going after it. Mick back in the pocket. Sharrock wants out of bounds on the full. The umpire's not going to pay that. 30 around from goal this time. Club room's in.
Yeah, very wishful thinking there for the Wangaratta players. But we'll have another throwing, another stoppage, which is, as I said, as the game goes on, Lukey, it's going to favour Wangaratta.
Dan Vaccaro for the Newmarket Hotel. Opening term for A-grade oils and batteries. Terrific sponsors of O&M Live. Craven got taken off the ball.
Holding the footy.
Dispossessed. So Ryan Garthwaite, one of the co-coaches of the Albury Tigers Football Club. They trail 25-2 thanks to Steelline. And we've gone close to 15 for NZ. They're on half-back. Ryan tried to paddle it to his advantage. Jackson Kelly. Bowden's kick got smothered. Kelly goes in again. Fires one out. To no real advantage of the Tigers. Zebarth's got to go back.
Yeah, free kick for holding there from Zebarth.
Ellis finds Federico. They're 60 out. In he goes, Alex, looking for Laverty. Garthwaite gets a hand to it. Ball out of bounds in the pocket. We'll have a stoppage. 25 around from goal. Club room's in.
It's going to be my favourite watch today, Garthwaite and Laverty. It's going to be such a good watch. Laverty started well. He got that early goal. But Garthwaite's had his hand in a couple of those contests as well. So I'm very excited watching those two go at it today.
Final round of the Ovens and Murray Football League for 2025. Hasn't it flown? Norton. Bowden just hacks it out of the fence for the Tigers. Ryan. Let's have a look here. Kelly. Good hand pass to Zebarth. Keith was on to him. Zebarth did get his kick away though. This is Quaid. On debut. Puts it on his left foot. Gets it out wide. Good kick. Finding Jake Page. So that worked out all right. Now Jake. He's 60 out. Still haven't kicked a major in the first term, the Tigers. Goes into the pocket. Pattinson getting swung around by the Maggies' defence and the umpire to take it in.
Didn't quite catch who juggled that first mark, but that was an absolute Davy Crocker there by Aubrey. They would have had a set shot inside the 50. And Jacob Page, he's started pretty well. His numbers...
He's had 5 touches, very good quality. Kelly's also had 9, so he's going on like a cat on a hot tin roof. And that would have been the first inside 50 for quite a while. They're at 9 themselves.
Lovely.
Zebarth, claimed by Federico, and again, we'll have another stoppage. So 4-1-25 playing Albury's 2 points. Right on the arc of the 50. Evans Street end. Umpire sends it up. Gainer, you guessed it, at the bottom, and the umpire again to take it in. Yeah. So the man in green's getting some work over there, Dan.
He absolutely is, and Jake Gainer's getting some work as well. They're putting a fair bit of attention into him this first quarter.
Federico, he's been prominent.
The Prince.
From Preston. Gotchling. Hodgson, he went after it. So Kelly, now was that a throw? Yes, it was. So the Maggies are going to win it. True centre wing on the far side of the ground. So a chance at scoring their 5th here. Gotchling wants to hook it wide. Is this a 50?
Looks to be a 50. I don't know what it could have... It might have been encroaching on the mark, as we just saw there for Wang, and they've paid that 50 metres.
Yeah, Tyler Norton was telling Jake Gaynor about it. But the Maggies end up with it.
Yeah, that's it. And they're going to have a set shot. I'd say 25 out they're going to kick from directly in front. And this one, he's really going to put the pressure on back onto Albury as well. So really hot start by Wang.
Hunter Gotchling, 30 out, basically directly in front. And he kicks it. So that's their fifth. 31 plays 2. 31 plays 2. The Maggies up. The Tigers in a lot of trouble at Norm Minns on the Steel Line scoreboard.
And the ascendancy that we're talking about with the inside 50s is now 15-9, and the clearances are 13-8. So they are starting to get in top in that midfield. You've got Sharrock, Melville, Federico sharing around with 8, 7 and 6 apiece.
Yeah, playing a pretty simple brand of footy. Wang Magpies are at the moment, just trying to win it in that coalface, out of the middle, take care of Jakey Gaynor, and they're getting it forward as quickly as possible, and backing in their guns up forward, Xavier Laverty and Jackson Clark to get the job done. So what a start by Wang.
And the best sign for the Maggies, Stan, is they got 5 separate goal kickers in the opening turn, so they're spreading it around. Here goes Federico again. Low ball, inside 50. Clark comes out. Thought he could have been pinged there for holding the ball. Whiteside to her. Norton breaks away, gets a handball up in the air. Okay, so he must have been dumped after he got the ball.
I think he ended up paying a high tackle, just slipped high right at the end, Lukey.
Good work, Damp, for 40 winks. Norton goes right out wide inside 50. Federico, how many's he got now, Joel?
Federico is up to 7 high-quality touches.
To 40 winks, and then Craven out in the pocket. Ball's gone out of bounds. 30 around from goal. Clubroom's end.
Oh, Federico, he's a superstar, the Preston Prince, and no exception today, especially in a game that's so heavy on the stoppages. It's going to be bread and butter for him.
That's it, Dan. He's one of our favourites on O&M Live. Ball back in the pocket. Bowden with a fist to it. Gotchling down low. And there's the siren to bring quarter time and the first break at Norm Minns Oval. And at the moment, it is the Wang Magpies 5-1-31, leading the Albury Tigers 2 points. They're yet to kick a major in this round 18 clash. This is O&M Live. And remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
JJ's Waste and Recycle. Kia, movement that inspires.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
Every day we look after our family first. We go on adventures, we entertain with them, we care for them. Tobin Brothers Funerals will look after your family too. With a fixed price funeral plan, you can be assured your family won't be burdened by the cost of your funeral. Tobin Brothers are a trusted name since 1934 and take pride in creating funeral solutions. Tobin Brothers Funerals, Wodonga and Corowa, celebrating lives.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Yeah, welcome back to Norman's Oval on this Saturday afternoon. Final round in the O&M for the 25 season, and at the moment it is the Wang Maggies 5-32, leading the Albury Tigers 2 points. We're about to go to Joel Montgomery and pick up our C&L shower screens and wardrobes quarters best. What do you got for us, Joel?
Yeah, well, with our disposal getters, Wangaratta have shared it across the board. They had the ascendancy for most of the quarter. We had Sharrock there of 8, Melville and Federico of 7 each, and Norton had 5 as well. So that midfield was getting on top pretty early. I would have said that even though Sharrock's had probably the most, in my opinion, I think Federico's probably been the more damaging one with a little bit of extra class around with those foot skills. On the flip side, Jackson Kelly has been fantastic with 9 touches today, working from half forward right up to the ground and then swapping onto the ball. And then it's just been about 4 or 5 possessions with Garthwaite, Duncan and Page as well contributing in that.
Yeah, great work, Joel Montgomery. Dan, how have you seen the first quarter play out? Of course, well, the Maggies just dominant on in that occasion, and right now the Tigers have got a lift.
Yeah, look, absolutely they do. And, look, I think if it keeps playing out, it's not going to be a great spectacle for the watchers, but if it keeps playing out stoppage after stoppage, Wangaratta are eventually just going to really get on top. And they even are now 5 goals 232 to 0 goals 2. As Joel said as well, Federico's just started the game like a house on fire. These conditions suit him perfectly. Dry weather footy, stoppage after stoppage. He's a clearance beast as well. So Wangaratta just got to keep doing what they're doing. They've got the game getting played on their terms 100% at the moment. So really, really good stuff from then. Albury have got to figure out how to start winning it in the coalface. Jake Gaynor's probably got to get involved. His standards, he's been a little bit quiet that quarter. He's only had 3 disposals there, so he averages over 23 disposals per game, so he's got to get more involved. I think their forward line of inside 50s, but they could get a little bit more fluid. I mean, they've had 9 or 10 inside 50s that quarter, so that's enough opportunity to get a couple of scores on the board as well.
Did you guys feel that even though they've had the 9, they were very shallow as well? There wasn't a lot deep, and even if they could just get that, because they were going from half back to probably about 80 out really well, but then they just sort of went, we're just going to hit up the lead up instead of trying to take it long, and that probably is where that rebound to get those overlaps, easy goals is coming from.
You're absolutely right, Joel, and the other problem with that as well is if you turn it over as a shallow entry, then Wangaratta have that opportunity to rebound, and that's exactly what they did on a few occasions that quarter as well, Lukey.
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. So the 5 goal scorers in this game so far: Will O'Keefe, Jackson Clark, Braden Marjanovic, Xavier Lavatier and Hunter Gotchling, all for the Maggies. Just repeating, the Tigers are yet to kick a goal in this footy match. As the crowd disperses, and got to mention too, Max Lynch did hold the Tigers in for a bit longer than what he usually would. So they're in a tight huddle.
Did see him at the gym earlier today pumping some big weights, so I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of old Maxie boy.
Absolutely. Second turn for Jaco Aubrey-Wodonga. So we're back in the middle and we're about to go. So let's have a look. Can the Tigers claw their way back in the second term? Knowles got up high, got first hand to it. Well done by Chris. Just regathers and goes inside 50. Garthwaite takes the mark for the yellow and black, shoots it out wide to Cameron. So here goes Harry after it. Hunter Gotchling with him. Ball is out of bounds, about 70 out from goal at the Evans Street end. So just waiting for the boundary umpire to make his way down. Joel, what were our inside 50s in the opening term, thanks to 40 Wings?
9 to the Tigers and 17 to the Wangaratta Magpies.
Great work. Ball hurled back into play. Now, there is a whistle off
Bit
the
of hustle
ball
and
here.
tussle there in the centre wing.
Oh.
Yeah, Roberts had his Guernsey pulled over his head by goal behind Hennessy, did.
Yeah, it
Oh.
looks like it. And there's just been another
might be a
cheap shot
reversal here,
there
lads.
by Albury, and it's been a reversal. So Wangaratta initially had the free kick, and now it's spoiled over into a little bit of a melee in the on the centre wing there as well. So there's a few bodies flying all over the place, and at the moment it's going to be a free kick to Albury. But I'll tell you what, it's getting pretty fiery in here, Lukey.
No, it's been reversed on that second hit on the drive-by there.
There you go. So now it's gone to Wang.
Yeah, so Harry Cameron just clipped Roberts on the way past. Interesting. Bean, 60 out from goal. In he goes to Laverty, and he takes the mark in front of the scoreboard. He's happy to play on quickly here. Into the pocket. Good kick. Picking up Jackson Clark.
Yeah, great play there again, Wangaratta Magpies for this quarter. And that man again, Jackson Clark, he poses such a threat inside forward 50, and you wish you'd have two of him to play in the midfield, but also he's going to have a set shot at goal. Very tight angle here.
So 25 out, should run around on his right foot and snap it with a hook kick. He does so, and he's got it, Jackson. And that is his second. Mick Duncan and Hayden having a go at each other there.
Yeah,
so a bit of spite and a bit of life in this game now, Dan.
Yeah, there is a few spot fires all over the place here, and also in the Albury forward line as well. There's a couple of little shirt fronts as well, so it's all happening. Matty Grossman getting involved, and I don't mind seeing it, Luke.
Oh, yes.
The fire in the belly is back. Albury obviously want to make a statement. Obviously want to, as Michael Duncan said in pre-game, want to really give the fans something to be happy about today and have a win. But I'll tell you what, everything's going against them at the moment.
Who would have thought, Joel? A bit of feeling between the Maggies and the Tigers.
Yeah, two very proud clubs, probably low on the ladder they'd like to be, and they're just putting a bit of body weight in.
Knowles, well smothered by Jake Gaynor. Federico's got him, wraps him up. The umpire said high.
Yeah, free kick to Gaynor. It's very hot. It's very hard not to get him high, being such a little man. But just haven't really given him any space at all, Jake Gaynor. He's only had the 3 disposals this game. He's about to have his fourth now.
Here goes Jake. Low. Picks up Heine Hennessy. Colby just left of his centre. Nice vision to Bowden. Oh, just went over his head. Here's Grossman. Good player for the Maggies. Over the top to Dan Sharrock. Speaking of good players, to Bean. He's been involved, Max Bean.
Yep.
Gets swung around by Byrne and brings him to the turf.
Yeah, has been super busy, Bean. He's finds himself in the right areas as well, Lukey. So really good starting his debut as well.
38 plays 2. Maggie's up on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Now let's have a look. Gaynor went forward. Ryan down low. Couldn't quite pick it up. Matt Grossman out wide to Ellis. Gotchling shifted off the ball. Kelson going back, gets it to Max Byrne. Had a lot of it in the opening term. Blomley didn't go the required distance. He's going to win the free kick anyway.
Yeah, got him high. Just slipped. Magpie player there, just slipped high there. And Will Blomley in his final game and 100th game for Albury Tigers will have the free kick.
Pops it up inside 50. Ryan worked his way to the front. Heine Hennessy taken in a tackle by Dan Sharrock. And he wins a free kick.
Yeah, rewarded the tackler there, and Dan Sharrock just made that tackle stick. And Magpies another chance to repel here, Lukey.
Dan Sharrock on the arc of the 50, defensive end. And he shoots it out wide. So let's have a look. Here's Hayden. Short and back to Dan. And they want the corridor. They get it to Cam Barrett, who's winding up. And he sends it inside 50. Gee, that was a beautiful kick from Barrett into BN. And he takes the mark. 45 out, Dan.
Yeah, that's just too easy for Wangaratta Magpies. Lukey is the reality there. Just Albury just lacking that pressure. And when you lack pressure, the best teams just go through the middle of the ground and find an easy target.
BN wanted to centre it up to Hayden. Well done by Carey. Hayden receives it back, straightens up and puts it through. And he let Unthank know about it. Maggie's get another.
And again, we just saw an example of the lack of pressure there, where that mark was spoilt there by Albury, and then just no follow-up work there. And Hayden he could have run to the goal line almost there, Hayden. So just the sting has been taken out of this game, and Albury really got to find a way.
Have a little throw down here. Free kick to Wangaratta could be in the forward line.
It's going to go to Xavier Laverty. So Albury seem to have lost their heads a little bit here, Joel. They've given up 7 goals to none at the moment. And Xavier Laverty's going to have another set shot from an off-the-ball whack by the looks of it. 35 out. Slight angle, Lukey.
Yeah, so when I heard the whistle, Dan, I looked up and Xavier Laverty was on the ground with his Guernsey basically over his head.
Yep.
So not sure what's happened there, but...
There was a little bit of a wrestling melee and a bit of a cheap shot, and Laverty will have a set shot.
So a chance at his second. This would give the Maggies their 8th, and they'd reach the half century early in the second term. The Tigers without a goal. Laverty kicks it, and he goes to tell Ben Kelly about it. My goodness, 50 plays 2. 50 plays 2. The Wang Maggies up thanks to CMV Truck and Bus.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a smoking at the moment, Joel,
Yes.
and that's just undisciplined from Albury. It doesn't need to happen, and we know that Laverty is great at getting under the skin, and that's a bit of an art that we're seeing there today, and he kicks the goal 30 out directly in front, and it looks like Wangaratta Magpies are going to have the last laugh at this stage, so very undisciplined by Albury.
There's obviously been a message about showing more aggression and being hard at it since that quarter-time break, but you've got to be doing it at the ball, not the players much.
You can't overdo it, Lukey.
We'll go around the grounds very shortly for Mr. Stoves. Marjanovic went over it. Knowles, gee, does some work. There's Zebath. Nice work for the Tigers to get it forward. Breaking away the Maggies. Blomley got spun around by Barrett. Brought to the turf. Blomley played for the free kick. And he's going to get it.
There you go.
Will milked it for all it was worth. And he gets a pill.
Yeah, he does, and as we said in the AFL, it's an art now, Lukey, and if you can draw that free kick and it's beneficial for your team, Will Blomley's going to have a set shot, 40 metres out directly in front. It's an understatement to say Albury need this, because it's currently 8 goals to 50 to 0 goals to Albury.
Gone over 7 in the second term for RNZ. Will Blomley, gee, they need this, the Tigers. It's going to fall short. Ryan got hands to it. Maggies, wide tight to a sees it across the line. In the pocket. Let's go to Joel Montgomery for 40 wins.
That was the Tigers' third inside 50 for the quarter, but as we've talked about, it's no greater than 35-40 out, so it's still shallow entries.
So 8-2 plays 2 behinds. Maggie's up. Thanks to CMV Truck and Bus. Tweedale, Norton feeds it out the back to Cam Barrett. And Cam comes away on that right boot. Laverty winding up at the back. Garthwaite at the front. Here's Duncan. Out the back to Ryan Garthwaite. Look at this. He sets sail for home. Oh, it's hit the post. It's hit the post. Gee, that was a good effort, Dan.
Oh, he's a superstar, Garthwaite, and don't know if they've swung him forward, but he seems to be in that sort of dangerous position there, Ryan Garthwaite, and that would have lifted him a great deal.
So the Maggies in the back pocket, trying to work it out of their defensive 50. Short to Hayden. Rightio, Dan. We'll get a chance now, mate, to go around the grounds thanks to Mr. Stoves.
Yeah, Wangaratta Rovers started hot at Martin Park. Wodonga 1 goal, 1-7 to Wangaratta Rovers 5-7-37, and Myrtleford. The game of the round is living up to its heights at the moment. 27 Myrtleford to North Albury's 28, Lukey.
Wow. Matt Hayden. Now he wants to switch play here to the outer side. Wide side to her. He's going to win the free kick against Harry Cameron. So left of centre wing on the Ovens River side of the ground. Second term for Jaco Albury Wodonga. A retreat to Harrison Smart. Picks up Chet Roberts. Just in front of our broadcast spot. And he goes on a run, Chet. Good footy.
Yeah.
Misses Laverty with the kick. Kelly sitting out the back. That was Ben. To Kelson. Then on to Byrne. Hooks one around his body. Look at that. That turned out all right. To Jake Gaynor. Now he wants the corridor. He's got to get Jake right. He misses him. I like the kick. It was daring, but just didn't come off. Grossman to half forward. O'Keefe's got it. Kicked the opening goal in the game for the Maggies. Wide tight to a look at that. Classy into Jackson Clark.
Yeah, they're just going too fast, Wangaratta, and as soon as you turn the ball over in the middle of the ground, that's the danger. Wangaratta, they're a good side. They're going to make you pay. Jake Gunner didn't do a whole lot wrong. He looked to be positive, but I just felt that there was too many Albury players on the outer. Not rushing into that midfield would clog those numbers up and at least get a half chop out. But, yeah, poor by Albury and Wangaratta, just making them pay at the moment.
He's an A-grade jet, this guy, Jackson Clark. One of the best in the comp. Captain of the Maggies. He's already got 2 on the board. And we haven't reached the halfway mark of his second term. Gee, that went high. And it's 1 minus score.
Almost brought rain, Lukey.
It did.
Gee whiz.
It did, Dan. Yeah, 51 plays 3 here. Maggie's up. Thanks to CMV Truck and Bus, Joel.
Yeah, you can see Jay Gaynor's lifting a little bit more. He's already had the 3 touches. He had the 3 touches for the whole first quarter, but that last one was really poor from him.
Grills has a swipe at it in front of Gotchling. Ball's gone out of bounds. O&M Live on 1494 2AY, the live stream thanks to Snap Print Solutions. And again, game on the sister station today, Myrtleford Alpine taking on North Albury. Dan gave you the score moments ago, just the 1 point in it, playing off for 3rd spot in the O&M. Unreal.
Good mark there by Garthwaite, and his scores are level at McNamara Reserve as well now, Lukey, at Mr. Stowe's Pool Ward.
Garthwaite, long out of defence. It's a high ball. Roberts, was he being held? Yes.
Yeah, Jimmy Grills just grabbed his arm there behind the contest, so Wang will get a free kick centre wing.
Here goes Jet. So they're forward of centre wing on the broadcast side. Now he's pointing out wide. He wants Clark to lead for him. Goes at it now, Jackson. Look at that. Gee, read that beautifully. Now he sends it up towards the goal square. Who's he got charging back? Bean is there. Cameron went the man. Burn over the top to Harry Cameron. Nice work from the Tigers. They worked it out beautifully. Ryan makes it. So there's 65 out from their own goal here. Defensively, that is. Shoots it down the wing. And then the debutant, Jesse Quaid at the back, has seen the ball across the chalk.
And that's just where it's been broken down for Albury. As soon as they get that ball off the half-back line, they're probably in a little bit of two minds because they're getting found out when they try and go through the midfield, but then when they go down the wing, Wangaratta have reinforcements back there. So a little bit of they're in a little bit of an in-between at the moment, Albury.
Okay, Joel, who's leading the disposal count for both the Maggies and the Tigers?
Ryan Garthwaite and Jake Gaynor have had 3 each, and Sharrock and Clark have also had 3 each from Wangaratta.
Love it. That's the voice of Joel Montgomery, the brother of Scott on 40 Winks, Lukey.
That's it, Dan. The sub-vest on today, Joel. True centre wing. This ball's going to be clamped in again. So 8-3-51 plays 3 points. So the Tigers still without a goal. So we've gone 12.5 thanks to Wenzet in the second term. Gaynor. He won't stop trying all day. Jasper Craven gets it forward for the Black and White Army. Bouncing ball. Gotchling. And again, out of bounds on the far side.
He's trying Gaynor, but Magpies have just done such a fantastic job of just nullifying that influence and not giving him any space around the contest. As soon as he gets the ball, there's 2 or 3 Wangaratta bodies onto him straight away. They know how important he is to Albury winning, so Wangaratta doing a fantastic job on Jakey Gaynor.
So the Albury Tigers, of course, won't play finals this year for the Maggies. An elimination final awaits them next Sunday. Bean takes the mark inside 50. He's dangerous, this kid, Dan.
Yeah, Bean, he finds himself in the right areas, but the big thing about it is that they're all on the same page, all these players. You saw that kick from Dan Sharrock. He just kicked to space and he knew exactly where Bean was going to be. So that was just awesome clearance work by Wangaratta Magpies, and it's pretty undefendable when you put the ball in with that much pace, Lukey.
Max Bean, 45 out. Evan Street and that one away to the left and through for 1 behind. 52 playing 3. 8-4-52 plays 3 behinds. Let's go to you, Joel. Thanks to 40 Winks.
See, we're talking about the quality of ball use. With the clearances, it's 5-4, and inside 50s is 5-4 also, but it has been 8 goals to nothing at the moment.
Z-Barth. Now, who can he pick out here? Now, he's going to go on a run. Don't mind this. Tries to pick one off in the middle. Kick wasn't all that good. Here goes Norton to Sharrock by hand. Misses Hayden. Kelson went back. Tweedo got a hand to it. Hodgson went in, the debutant. Umpire to take it, 30 out from goal.
He's called it. He's called it over the shoulder, so it's going to be a free kick to Wang. He just slipped him high there in that contest as well, so probably a good pick out from the umpire, if I'm being honest. But Albury again, I just feel like they're caught in two minds. We just saw Z-Bath there. You almost saw his head dart out to the wing and then back into the midfield. He shanked the kick, and they are just in two minds, Albury, and it's really paying dividends for Wang.
So Max Bean basically on the opposite side of the 50 of where he took the previous kick. 40 out, and that one again away to the left. So he'll be disappointed in that, Max, but by gee, he's been involved.
Yeah, he's getting involved, and as we said, he knows where to go, and he knew what to do there in that contest to draw that high free kick, and it was high, so a great call by the umpire. But Albury, they're just stuck in this back line, something chronic at the moment.
Aren't they what? He goes unthanked. Will, floating ball, ended up finding Cameron. Robertson trying to break through the Maggies, got away from Tweedo and gained some valuable yards for his footy team. And in the end, the kick was out on the full, Dan.
Yeah, well, it's just fantastic work by Wang Magpies. They're clogging the midfield to push them out wide, and there's so much pressure on Albury coming out that they're just shanking every kick that's coming out, trying to be methodical on those wings as well. So this is awesome work by Wang.
Smart into Waitai Tua. They weave it out wide to Jet Roberts. And Jet, short ball again, picking up O'Keefe. So Will, he's about 85 from home, and he starts to wind up now, and he sends it in with the low driving kick. Garthwaite through his hands. Laverty on to Bean. Third time lucky. Bouncing another behind to that side of the post.
He's having a bit of a nightmare run, young Bean as well. But again, the play from Wang is just outstanding. The way they're able to move the ball is second to none at the moment.
How our inside 50s looking now, Joel, thanks to 40 weeks?
He's pushed up to 7-4 in Wangaratta's favour.
Colby Hennessy, umpire just telling Paddy Wright to come back a couple of steps on the mark. Here goes Colby. Sidewinding kick through the hands of Quaid. Nice follow-up. Matty Bender tried to get it out the back to Duncan. Jackson Kelly goes through. Craven head over the footy. Nice work brought in by Patterson. Man in green to take it down.
And the problem is now, Luke, their system started to let them down, but now their skill level's starting to let them down. So it really spells trouble for Albury, and Wang, a good team, are going to make them pay now.
Gone close to 17 in the second term, which is brought to you by Jacob Albury Wodonga. At the moment, the Wang Maggies 8-6-54. Leave the Albury Tigers 3 behinds. Kelly and Knowles. Knowles, nice swipe away. Ellis went after it. Federico tried to get it to Roberts. Duncan came in. Players going in for the pill. Gotchling, left foot, sends it forward for the Maggies. Laverty at the back with Garthwaite. Great tussle that one. Here goes Robertson. Nice work just to tap it to the advantage of Cameron. Now they've got an opportunity here, the Tigers. Garthwaite's got it. True centre half back. He's got yellow and black on everywhere. He goes to Kelly. So Jackson, now he wants to shoot it out the outer side. Beautiful spot up. Hitting Jake Page. This is the best footy they've played all day. Inside ball to Heine Hennessy. They're getting their confidence up here, and they win a 50.
Yeah.
Downfield, Dan.
It's going to be a 50. I'll be honest, I have no idea what it was for.
Paddy
Joel saw
Wright.
something.
Yeah, Paddy Wright's looking pretty confused. I reckon he may have overrun the mark on Kelly.
I think he was saying that the players were in the danger zone, but he did play on and they were still there. So I'm not really sure if it was quite there, but maybe the umpire felt bad at 8.
Okay, so perhaps encroaching the protected space, Joel.
Yeah, it's going to be a set shot now for Albury. Massive opportunity for them to get some scoreboard pressure back on, 20 metres out directly in front.
Colby, Heine Hennessy has kicked it behind for the Tigers, so that's their 4th. So they're still without a goal here, Dan.
The one positive that they were able to do there is move the ball, but they were able to kick on angles and bring it back into the midfield while going out. So that was really good. Caught Wangaratta off guard a little bit, so we want to see a little bit more of that. Not be so predictable, Lukey.
To centre wing they come. Here's Hunter Gotchling. Low ball to Knowles. Good kick. So Chris, 75 out. Hayden wanted it short. Now, Federico's on deep. Chris is going to go wide.
It's a good kick. To
Gotchling. Now let's have a look. Tweedale's in the square. Don't know if he can get it that far. Yep, he's going there now. Top of the goal square. Over Laverty and Garthwaite's head. Waitai Tua going back in the pocket. Keeps it in play. Left foot. Bouncing across the face of goal. Out of bounds in front of Byrne.
I'll tell you what, he made a fist of that just straight across the face there, and Byrne just saw that go over the boundary line now, but more pressure back onto Albury. They were able, even though Albury were able to get it in their forward line, they just won't be able to create any territory battle, so Wang got it back in their 50.
Clark, opportunity, kicks another. Look at that. Half a chance for that man, and he'll make you pay, and he does so to the Evans Street end.
He's an absolute star, Jackson Clark, and he was just in the right spot at the right time, and his skill never, ever lets him down. So that's why Wangaratta are dominating this game. It's the difference in skill level for one Lukey, but it's also the system breakdown for Albury, and Wangaratta are able to exploit that. So Wangaratta ticking every single box imaginable at the moment, and Albury aren't ticking any. So that is reflected on the scoreboard. 9-6-60 Wangaratta to Albury's 0 goals 4. So in struggle down a little bit, Albury, and around the grounds of Mr. Stowe's Poolwards, there are some other games that are struggling as well. Wodonga 2-2-14 plays Wangaratta Rovers 7-9-51, and at McNamara Reserve, it's Myrtleford 4-5-29 plays North Albury 4-5-29. Lukey.
Yeah, great work from Daniel Vaccaro for the Newmarket Hotel this afternoon. Joel Montgomery alongside of us for 40 winks. Now let's have a look. Norton brought down by Gaynor. We'll go to you, Joel. What's your best at the moment, mate?
That was Clark's fourth disposal for the quarter, only behind Sharrock with 5. Garthwaite and Gaynor also with 4 for the quarter.
Jackson Clark with 3 goals in this game so far. Here's Alex Federico, and he sends one inside 50. Another attacking raid for the Maggies. Clark's got it again. Brought to ground by Hodgson and also Byrne. Umpire to take it 30 out from goal, and Evan Street end.
That's exactly what it is, Lukey. It's a raid at the moment, and there was not enough pressure on Alex Federico there in the midfield. He's the most dangerous clearance player on the ground. They've got to be someone closer to him there.
Stoppage, Gaynor, smothered. The Norton kick. Ball at bootlace level. And again, we'll have a stoppage here. So the Tigers and Maggies fighting away for the TW Sharon. 25 out from goal. Umpire comes in. Sends it aloft again. Tweedale up high. Mick Duncan. Look at him go. And he thumps it out for the yellow and black. Sitting under it right. Came off his chest. Turns around. Picks it up. Nice work in the end to Jasper Craven. And then Craven down to their half forward flank. Look at Garthwaite. Just to edge Laverty under the ball. Experience coming into play. And then Ryan gets his kick away to half forward. Jake Ryan at the back. Heiner Hennessy, he'll want the line here. Barrett after it. And the ball goes across the line on the edge of the 50 at the club room's end.
We just saw Xavier Laverty come off and having a few choice words to the Albury bench as well, Lukey. So it is pretty fiery down there.
Interesting, Dan. So let's have a look. We've got a stoppage. Boundary throw-in. Hurl back into play. Knowles. Zebath picks it off, though. Goes to Gaynor. Jake on the 50-metre arc. Blomley, couldn't hang on to the footy. Nice work from Heiner Hennessy, and they get one. Tigers are on the board. There's their first goal, the yellow and black. 60 plays 10. 60 plays 10. Maggie's up thanks to CMV Truck and Bus.
Yeah, 60 plays 10. So much needed goal is an understatement there, Lukey, and Albury just had to make that happen, and they did, but there's still a massive deficit to uncover here. Wang have done all the work in this first quarter and a half by applying that pressure in the first quarter. Albury have now got perceived pressure every time they go to use the footy. So Wangaratta all over him, but Albury a little break.
You could actually see with that extra handball there to Jakey Gaynor, he could find the target. It was actually interesting. Will Blomley and his opponent had a little bit of an argy-bargy down there, and Will actually made really good movement to get forward. Couldn't take the mark, but then they got the spillage there. Just a bit of extra composure by Gaynor in them up earlier.
Yeah, so it took them until the 22-minute mark of the second term to get their first goal, the yellow and black, but they're on the board now, 60 playing 10. Here at Norm Inns, Maggie's up. He's been good. Out wide. Just couldn't quite reach Clark. It's out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, good call. Good call there. So it'll be a free kick to Ryan Garthwaite. Looks to have the job at the moment on Jackson Clark. He has played most of the game on Laverty, but he's on the bench at the current stage.
Our halftime show for Elders Rural. Here's Heiner Hennessy. Look at that for a kick. To Mick Duncan. That was wonderful. Huge switch from Colby. And Mick goes in. Grills, couldn't quite reel in the mark. Whiteside Tour comes away for the Maggies. Left foot to the outer side. Bouncing ball. Mick Duncan went back over his head. Federico couldn't get past Mick Duncan. Marjanovic. And he goes down the line here with a long kick. O'Keefe thought he was being held there by Unthank. Umpire said play on. Will with it. Back to Robertson. Over the top they go. Nice work to Hodgson. Gets his kick away. Duncan in a one-on-one with Whiteside Tour. Ball out of bounds on the Ovens River side.
Yeah, a little bit better ball movement by over this last few minutes. We saw that play earlier about 10 minutes ago where they worked the angles good, but that kick there to get the overlap but just didn't make the most of it inside that forward 50. So a little bit more competitive from Albury.
Good afternoon, wherever you may be tuned in this afternoon on O&M Live, 1494 2AY. Joel Montgomery, Dan McCarroll and Luke Francis with you. A beautiful day in Wayne.
Now, re-throwing here, Lukey.
Certainly are, Dan. Young man over there will get a second go at it.
Look at that. Perfect.
It was Knowles. Federico read that beautifully off hands, and he dropped it.
Yep.
Jake Page got him. Tigers away through Gaynor to Grills. And they link up back to Jake. Short ball going in. Ryan over his head. Jesse Carey, right foot snap, bouncing towards goal and goes through for one behind. So 60 plays 11. 60 plays 11. Maggie's up over the Tigers thanks to CMV Truck and Bus.
Yeah, well, it's better from Albury, but it's better when you get your hands in the best players. And Jakey Gaynor, he's just starting to come alive this last 10 minutes. So holding Albury in better stead this quarter.
Barrett. And he picks up Harrison Smart. Left foot. Gee, that was a good kick to Federico. Now Knowles is out here. The big man Chris takes it and he just sends it in. Laverty on the lead. Oh, Garthwaite, wonderful work. Laverty goes off the ground, bouncing through for a minor score. 61 playing 11. Maggie's up thanks to CMV Truck and Bus.
Yeah, really good opportunistic moment there by young Xavier Laverty. He's not short of confidence, the young fella, and did really well on that occasion. So that matchup between him and Garthwaite's a mouth-watering one for me, Lukey.
Rightio, Dan. We'll go back around the grounds again. Thanks to Mr. Stowes. What do you got, mate?
Yeah, so Wodonga 3-2-20 plays Wangaratta 7-9-51. So giving him a free lesson there. And the other close game is Myrtleford 30 to North Albury's 37.
Knowles going forward for the Maggies. O'Keefe got a hand to it. Gaynor picks it up, weaving through traffic, gets around onto his right foot. Gee, did that well. Then fires it out to the outer side. Good mark from Bowden. Now Duncan's on if he wants him short. Will ignores him, goes right out wide. They retain possession. So Hodgson, first game for the yellow and black at first grade level. He got it on to the other debutant and Jesse Quaid to Ryan. Now let's have a look. 60 out. Here he goes, Jake. One way, back the other. How is the vision? Oh, his kick just didn't quite reach a teammate in Jesse Carey. Batten gets it out the back to Federico. Gotchling's got to go after this. It's a 2-on-1. Bender on Gotchling. Brings him to ground. Good tussle from both players and we'll have a stoppage.
Yeah, big tackle there. But I guess improving a little bit more Albury. That started to break down at the half-back line. It's now starting to break down at the half-forward line. So starting to get the ball higher up the ground for Albury.
Ball at bootlace level. Knowles trying to pick it up off the turf. Norton to Barrett. Will unthank. Here's Bean and Gaynor. Oh, gee. Strong over the ball. And again, another stoppage. Rightio, Joel. What do you got for us now, mate, on that 40-week stretch?
Jakey Gaynor's really lifted with 7 quality touches this quarter.
7 this quarter. They need every one of them. Knowles again. A little scrappy here in the last few moments. Gaynor over it now. Ellis has got him. Manning Green to take it, Dan.
Yeah, he's really lifted, Jakey Gaynor, as we just said. 7 disposals. He only had 3 in the first. Just seems to be more involved and starting to find some space, which is good news for Albury.
What a time of the year, eh? Coming into O&M finals. Spring Carnival around the corner. And the Wang Turf Club actually raced this afternoon. Got the Wink Stakes in Sydney. TDFL finals, Ovens and King. It's all happening. Here's the Maggies. They work it out wide to Smart. So Harrison. Nice ball to Laverty. 65 out. They're on the move again. They're searching for their 10th for the Maggies. Into the pocket it goes. Clark and Garthwaite. And a holding free kick. And Ryan Garthwaite would have taken the kick, but the Sirens beaten him. And that brings a long break at Norm Inns on a Saturday afternoon here at the Wang Showgrounds. And at halftime, it is the Wang Maggies with a huge break over the Albury Tigers. They lead 9-7-61 to the Albury Tigers 1-5-11. The halftime show for Elders Rural coming up very shortly. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
AT Jones, your local... Kia, movement that inspires.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
Every day we look after our family first. We go on adventures, we entertain with them, we care for them. Tobin Brothers Funerals will look after your family too. With a fixed price funeral plan, you can be assured your family won't be burdened by the cost of your funeral. Tobin Brothers are a trusted name since 1934 and take pride in creating funeral solutions. Tobin Brothers Funerals, Wodonga and Corowa, celebrating lives.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Much love. Yeah, welcome back to Norman's Oval. Round 18 clash between the Wang Magpies and the Albury Tigers, and at the moment, well, it's a big lead, a huge lead to the Wangaratta Football Club. At half-time, they lead 9-7-61 to the Albury Tigers 1-5-11. Dan Vaccaro, it has been a rout.
Oh, it's been a tough watch at times, Lukey. It's been a real stoppage sort of game, and that's going to suit Wang Magpies, as you can tell on the scoreboard. But they've just got so many good midfielders. Wangaratta if it's stoppage after stoppage, it just spells disaster for Albury. And unless Jake Gaynor has an absolute blinder, they're really going to dominate in that clearance space. And they've got so many big names in there. Federico, Sharrock. Jackson Clark hasn't even ventured in there. He's just staying forward and kicking goals. So it almost seems too easy the way the game's being played out at the moment, Lukey. So Albury have really got to try and change the narrative, maybe put a little bit more pace on the ball. I reckon they only did it once that quarter, or maybe twice in the half, where they've looked and used those angles, those short 45 kicks around sort of the middle of the ground and going back out. It creates a little bit of unpredictability for the opponent, but they just haven't done it enough. They're either in two minds going up the middle and that gives Wangaratta time, or they're going down the wing and it's really predictable for Wang to get back and intercept. So Albury really struggling at the moment, but Wangaratta hitting every facet of their game perfectly at the moment.
Jackson Clark has kicked 3 for the Wang Maggies and Xavier Laverty with a double. The only goal kicker for the Tigers was Colby Heine-Hennessy, and that was, I think, at the 22-minute mark of the first half. So hard to believe, Joel, it took them that long, but the Maggies had just been absolutely dominant.
Yeah, and any time they had won it from half back, they get it to about centre wing and almost just forget how to kick. And forget how to find a target. We did see it a couple of times when they had that 5 minutes of where they're coming back into it, and then all of a sudden it would fall away again. So I don't know whether it's a foot skill issue or an intensity issue, but I think the pressure of the Magpies has just been way too influential on their skills.
I think you could almost see it happen, Lukey, of the system started breaking down. Obviously it didn't work in that first quarter at the start of the second, but then after that their skill level really started to let them down. I reckon you could almost pinpoint when it started to happen, when they had a couple of opportunities to go on the midfield, and that's probably a combination of Wangaratta knowing where to run, knowing when to clog the middle of the ground, but it was really evident in seeing Albury's game really sort of fall apart on them in that half. And Wangaratta are such a good team, they're going to make you pay, and their forward line, dare I say, is looking super dangerous. They've obviously cleared it out, given Laverty and Jackson Clark space so many times in that half where you'd see either just two of them in the forward 50 or even just one of them at times, and just given as much space, and that just means that's good work by their half forwards because they're able to get up the ground and run back really hard to deliver to those guys. So Wangaratta doing it perfectly at the moment.
Absolutely. Joe, we might have a look at a 40-wing stat sheet for the first half and just see who was shining.
Yeah, so we did mention Jackson Clark. He's got the 3, but he's also had 8 disposals, and I think there's maybe been one that's not been an absolute class act, so I think he's been absolutely influential in the scoreline here. Sharrock has had 14, leading all comers today. Brad Melville had 7 in the first quarter. Went a bit quiet that one. He's on 8 at half-time. Federico started that second quarter really slow and then had 5 in the last 10 minutes and really built up to 12 for the first half, and Norton with 10. On the flip side, Jakey Gaynor, we talked about that first quarter. From someone of his standard, it was a bit of a shock for everyone, but then he's had 7 touches in the second term, finished with 12 for the half. Garthwaite, I'd actually, as bad as what we're talking about how this has been in terms of the scoreline, I'd be really worried to see what would happen if Garthwaite was injured today and not playing. He's had 11 touches himself and has been a rock with some of the spoils in the inside 50s from Wang. Jakey Page has had 7 touches. Kelly with 11. He had a quiet second term after having 9 in the first. And Duncan with 8.
Very good. Now, Dan, we mentioned in the first half quite a few times just how lively Max Bean was.
Oh,
he was good, wasn't he?
I've loved his work. He's getting to the right areas, and as I mentioned as well, it really helps when your team's on the same page, and when you have so many experienced midfielders bringing the ball into your small forwards, like obviously Federico, and we've talked about Dan Sharrock as well, it does make your life easier as a small, but he's just been fantastic. He knows where to run, he's doing his role perfectly, and yeah, it's paying dividends. I like watching him.
Absolutely, and on the other hand, we've got to mention the 2 debutants for the Albury Tigers, Jesse Quaid and Bailey Hodgson. They're getting their hands on the footy too at times.
They have.
So good to see them getting involved. Joel.
Yeah, they definitely haven't been their worst, which is what we're talking about with some of those worrying signs, but they've actually looked like they're playing really good standard of footy, and some of those kicks outside of the back half, they've actually been the ones that have actually been finding the targets.
Chris Knowles has done some work, hasn't he? He's had a great half of footy. I reckon he's underrated, that man, and that may sound silly when you're a prominent O&M ruckman, but gee, I reckon he holds his own well and truly in this league, Chris Knowles.
Oh, his best is fantastic, and when he does, it's almost when he gets a big task. I know Bowden hasn't played a whole lot, but he's been really solid this last sort of 4 months. So whenever Chris Knowles seems to get a big task, it always pays off in spades. He's such a competitor, and he's given Wangaratta first use, and the most important thing about your ruck tapes, the ruckman, is being on the same page as your midfielders. And we talk about the quality of Wangaratta's midfield. You talk about Federico, and you talk about Sharrock, and you talk about Jackson Clark when he does go in there. Tyler Norton as well has been in super form. They just know where to run, and they know where to rove to as well. So that makes your life as a ruckman a little bit easier as well. So they've just got all the boxes ticking, especially in that midfield brigade for Wang.
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. Now, the halftime show for Elders Rule, Joel, well, clearly at the moment we can see who's the finals team, who'll be playing next week, and who won't be.
Yeah, that's right. And you can see that in the stats there. For the clearances, they started relatively even for most of the first half, or first quarter, I should say, and then it's pushed out to 27 to 15, so a 12-point differential, and inside 50s is 30 to 18. So you can actually see that Albury Tigers aren't getting smashed directly out of there, and they're actually getting a few inside, but they're just leaking too many, and they're all being deeper. They're being to that 20-30 out compared to the Albury's end, which is 35-50 out, and it's just that's why they're not getting any chances of shot at goal.
Joel Montgomery, great work on the 40-wing stat sheet today for us here on 1494 2A wide. Rightio. Dan, let's go around the grounds to Mr. Stowes. Oh, well, we want to know what's happening up at the McNamara Reserve.
Oh, it's all happening. We'll get to McNamara Reserve. So first we'll go to Martin Park, Wodonga 3-2-20 to Wangaratta Rovers 8-9-57, just getting outclassed by the best team in the comp, let's be brutally honest. And down at McNamara Reserve, the game of the round, Murderford 4-6-30 plays North Albury 5-7-37. John Ford Oval, a little bit of a one-sided affair there. Coral Rutherglen 1-3-9 plays Lavington 7-10-52. So Lavington just flexing their muscles there as well. And Yarrawonga and Raiders, Shred's last game, Brad St. John's last game for the Raiders, and it's all even. It doesn't seem to be an absolute rip snorter, but it's 1-9-15 plays Raiders 2-3-15, and obviously the game here, it is Wangaratta with the lead, 9-7-61 plays Albury 1-5-11, and we'll continue around the grounds in the AFL as well. There's the one game on at the moment in the AFL, and it's North Melbourne 66, Trail Adelaide 86. A decent showing by Monty's boys there, and the other games on tonight is Geelong versus Richmond at the MCG. That'll be one I will not be tuned into. And West Coast versus Sydney. That'll be another one I'm probably not tuned into as well, Lukey.
Nah, good on you, Dan. No, fair enough. At least you're honest. Okay, the halftime show for Elders Rule, that wraps us up. And we'll get to a break now, back with the big second half. Can the Albury Tigers work their way back and restore some pride against the Wang Magpies, because they really need to do so. Okay, this is OMFNL Live, and remember, on OMFNL Live, you will not miss a thing.
Fridge broken down. Do we need a new...
Sorry about the delay.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
Every day we look after our family first. We go on adventures, we entertain with them, we care for them. Tobin Brothers Funerals will look after your family too. With a fixed price funeral plan, you can be assured your family won't be burdened by the cost of your funeral. Tobin Brothers are a trusted name since 1934 and take pride in creating funeral solutions. Tobin Brothers Funerals, Wodonga and Corowa, celebrating lives.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo! Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Here we are at Norman's in the final round of the OMFNL this year, and at the moment, the Magpies have got a huge break on the Albury Tigers. We'll let you know what the score is. At the moment, it is 9-7-61. The Magpies up over the Albury Tigers 1-5-11. That's right. So the Tigers with just one major in the first half, and that was, at the 22-minute mark of his second term to Colby Heine-Hennessy. For the Magpies, Jackson Clark with 3, Xavier Laverty with a double, and singles to Matt Hayden, Hunter Gotchling, also Braden Marjanovic and Will O'Keefe. So, Dan, the Tigers have got a mighty job in front of them if they're to work their way back into this game.
Oh, they absolutely do, and they've got to change it up. They've got to get some sort of respect back in this second half, and whether that's putting a little bit of pace on the ball, looking at those angles, going through the midfield as often as they can, but they've also got to watch Wang obviously clogging it up as well. So it's going to be a really difficult task. They really don't know who they can change in terms of personnel up forward as well to make something happen. Obviously, you got Garthwaite, but he's done such a fantastic job as well.
Absolutely. We've got to mention too, Dan, that before we come off the air tonight on 1494 2AY, we will have the first week of finals draw as well as the finals venue. So can't wait for that. Now, Dan, what were you giggling about there?
Just the coach of Wayne, Jason Heatley, is a good man, and just wanted to allude to a little bit of a comedic situation here a couple of weeks ago.
I think I might know what you're talking about.
We don't need to bring it up, but yes, Jason Heatley, a very funny man. He was just poking fun at that situation there. So.
Very good.
He couldn't hear, he said.
Yeah, good on him. Yeah, and we'll catch up with him, of course, in the post-game. His team going oh so well this afternoon, and they will play their first final next week. It will be an elimination final. But at the moment, Dan, as we've said, we don't know who their opponent will be.
No, they won't, because that other game at the moment at McNamara Reserve is really close at half-time. So Murderford around this ground, so Mr. Stowe's pool, what I might add. But Murderford 4-6-30 plays North Albury 5-7-37 there. So that's going to be the decider of who Wang take on as well. So a fair bit to play out, but Wangaratta have just got one more half for the home and away season, and looks like they're going to run away with it, if I dare say. Albury really look off it today, and a little bit of a disappointing result their last couple of weeks, Albury. So let's see if they can change it up this quarter and get some respect back, Lukey.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is hard to believe, as we mentioned in the pre-game, Joel, that the Albury Tigers have won just the 8 games this year, but they've beaten every team in the current top 5, except for the Alpine, the Myrtleford Alpine Saints on 2 occasions. So they beat Lavington in round 5, the Wang Magpies, that's right, the Wang Magpies in round 9, the Wang Rovers in round 11, and North Albury in round 12.
Well, it's kind of been the case for the last 2 seasons, isn't it? Their top end or their ceiling is actually quite high when they're all playing really well and all their players are in, but unfortunately their consistency and form line is just not there to get those games to make yourselves play finals.
That's it. Third term for Wiesners. We're about to go. 9-7-61 plays 1-5-11. Wang Magpies up. And players look to be set. And the crowd has moved off the ground, Dan, so I don't think we're far off going here.
Yeah, it looks like all the bystanders have gotten off reasonably quickly, might I add, compared to some other games. So ready to go for the third.
Beautiful. Let's have a look. Knowles clearly won the tap and then received it back. Well done by Chris. We sang his praises at half-time. Garthwaite tried his heart out in the first half. Big clash. Bender on O'Keefe. Ball out of bounds. Left of centre wing.
And Monty called it at halftime as well. Garthwaite, he's putting together a pretty decent performance. They're under a fair bit of duress. Step back there, Albury Tigers, but he is holding up as good as he can for this game.
Boundary throw in. Young man throws it in. Bowden got a left hand at that. Down in front. Gainer. Left foot around his body. Here's Jackson Kelly. He's wanting to swing back towards the corridor. On to Jake Page and back to Kelly. Good footy from the Tigers. They need more of this in the second half. Ryan taken off the footy. Winwill, the free kick here.
Yeah, Grossman just dragged him down there, so Ryan's going to have a free kick in the middle of the ground.
As we mentioned, kicked 6 straight goals versus the Wodonga Bulldogs last week at Martin Park in Wodonga. Blomley couldn't take that one in over the back. Batten. Now here's Jasper Craven. Gets a crack at it. He's got to work hard here. Pattinson takes him in. Ball comes out. Z Barth, is it play on? No, the umpire had already blown the whistle for a ball up.
There you go. So he got it out, but...
well, has it been paid the advantage? I don't think anyone knows what's going on here.
Waiting on confirmation. It looks like it's going to be a ball up. They're just waiting for the ball to get back to the middle. So,
okay, yep.
He called it nice and early, the umpire.
Yes, he did. Field umpire knew exactly what was going on. Okay, so let's have a look. About 20 out from goal. Evans Street end, Knowles. Got it to Alex Federico. Long out of the fence he goes. Bean sits under it. Duncan got a fist to it. Ball out the back. Here's Laverty. He's kicked 2 goals in this game. Gotching was being run down from behind. Bounces one towards 50. O'Keefe kicked the first goal in the game. Tackle but did get his kick away. Here's Robertson. Hand passes off to Mick Duncan. Hayden after him. Mick. Short, looking for Matt Bender. They probably want the chalk here, and they will get it.
Yeah, that's uncharacteristic from Duncan there. Just fluff the kick to the boundary line as well. But I love how open Wangaratta still managed to leave that forward line and really give their forwards a fantastic opportunity. We just saw Jackson Clark with that sort of tempted chase down there, but they're in a lot of space, Wang, whenever they get it forward.
Okay, 60 out from goal, clubroom's end. Bender swung around, tried to go wide, and missed Jesse Quay with the handball. So again, back out of bounds, virtually in the same spot there.
Yeah, another stoppage as well. And as we said, for the spectators, it's not great, but for Wangaratta, they would absolutely love it because they're dominating.
Joel, inside 50s for the game, thanks to 40 Weeks.
32 to Wangaratta and 19 to Albury.
Whiteside tour brought down. Another stoppage, 55 out from home here. The clubroom's end. So Jackson Clark, 3 majors on the board. Xavier Laverty with 2. The only goal kicker for the Tigers, Colby Heiner-Hennessy. The 22-metre mark in the second quarter, holding free kick.
Yep.
Clark's going to get it again.
He will. So Jackson Clark just holding the jumper there in that contest. And when you have such a good player like Jackson Clark, you tend to start making uncharacteristic mistakes in one-on-one. So Jackson Clark's going to have that set shot. He'll kick from about 25 metres out directly in front, Lukey, and you'd think with a man of his talent, he's going to pop it through the big sticks. No worries at all.
You'd think so, Dan. So JC shooting at his 4th, 35 out, virtually directly in front. Clubroom's end. Here he goes, the club captain. Oh, he's missed it.
Destroyed the post.
Oh, that can't be Jackson Clark. He doesn't miss those.
He's human after all.
He is. So, forgot to wear his cape in for that one. Here's Duncan, full-back for the Tigers. To Kelly. Back to Mick. Long ball out of the fence. Falls in the hands.
He's playing a game, Nolsey.
Of Chris Knowles. 62 plays 11. Maggie's up. Turns it over to Z-Barth. Sawetti with it. They're inside defensive 50. They come out now to Pattinson. And Daniel goes to true centre wing. Bowden over the top. Knowles at the front.
Yeah, man in front. Big Knowlesy.
He's playing a great game.
He is.
To Ellis. So here goes Fraser. Now he goes in. It's wide of the pocket. Hayden going back. Laverty over the back. Gets a handball up to Clark. 60 out. Weaving around. This is where he's at his best. That is magic. And that gives him 4. That's a Sanjan goal of the day. And one of the best goals we've seen for the year, Daniel Vaccaro.
He's putting together some performance there, Jackson Clark. And we just saw in that play as well. Bit of tomfoolery out there, Lukey, which is never lost on me. I love seeing it, but Jackson Clark, I love watching him play footy. He's just an absolute superstar, and if he gets half an opportunity in that forward 50, Monty, he's going to make you pay every single day of the week.
Second shot on goal, I think we all got a little bit of a shock, and I think it was too easy that first attempted this quarter, and then from 40 out on the snap, just pure class.
He's putting together a Anytime Fitness Player of the Day performance, Lukey, just quietly as well.
You're right about that, Dan. Back in the middle, Bowden knocks it to the advantage of Will Blomley. Final game in the yellow and black today is Roberts for the Maggies. Grossman under pressure from Ryan, and he's gone. So Jake will take the kick. Now he's 55 out, plays on quickly, usually beautiful on that right boot, right to the goal line, and he's got it. Jake Ryan, that's a wonderful goal. A Sanjan goal of the day from him. Tigers get their second. 68 plays 17. 68 plays 17. Maggie's up thanks to Inspirations Paint.
Yeah, he definitely knows where they are, Jakey Ryan. He kicked 6 last week. So fantastic finish there by Jake Ryan, and as I said, much needed goal is almost the biggest understatement of all time at the moment. Wangaratta doing it easy.
That little chase down there to get that tackle, that's the sort of stuff that we were probably wanting them to bring in the first half, particularly in that second quarter where they're throwing a few fisticuffs and a little argy-bargy stuff. That kind of attack on the ball is what you want to see.
It's the right aggression.
Whistle in the middle. Infringement on the square here.
That's going to go to Big Nelsy out of the middle.
Chris Knowles. And he goes short and wide to Cam Barrett. It's from the third term. We've gone 7 for NZ. It's brought to you by Wiesner's. Ball out of bounds, 40 around from goal. Clubroom's end at Norman's Oval, Dan.
2 kicks to get it in their pocket, so they'll be happy with that, Wang Magpies, and then draw another stoppage. So, good result. And Chrissy Knowles, he's playing a big game, and Cam Barrett there, that raking kick, just missed Jackson Clark going in the 50 as well, but they'll be happy with the stoppage.
Boundary throw in, Bowden, and also Matt Hayden on ruck duties this time. Gainer, brought down by Bean. Federico went over the top of them. Umpire again to take it. Rightio, Dan. We'll go around the grounds very shortly. We've got a stoppage inside 50 here, so we'll watch this. But McNamara Reserve game is just so interesting between the Hoppers and the Satyrs. Bean, Max Bean this time. He's got it. Maxi does it from 25 out, and don't the local crowd love it, Dan?
Oh, we talked about it on the halftime show. We've really loved his work today. Probably hasn't gotten the reward around the goals, but that there was a great roving goal there by Maxi Bean, and that was fantastic. He looks up to the level. He looks like he's played a few seasons already, so that's awesome, and that's great news for Jason Heatley, and that probably gives him a good little headache to have coming into finals. If he keeps kicking goals, he's not going to come out of this lineup, Lukey, so that is fantastic. And while we're on that note, around the ground, so Mr. Stowe's Poolworld, Martin Park Wodonga 33 plays Rovers 64, and the close game that we're keeping an eye on is at McNamara Reserve. Murderford 5 goals 7, 37 to North Albury 7-7 49, Lukey. So it's heating up at McNamara Reserve, which I've never thought I'd say about Murderford.
Okay, Tweedale. Weather-wise, of course, Dan.
Yes.
Gainer, and they go forward. Ryan, thought he marked that. Grossman, they battle away. Ball back on the turf here, umpire to take it.
Yeah, we should make that clear. It was about the town, not the footy team. The footy team is well and truly firing.
I'll tell you what, when we saw them up there a couple of weeks ago, Dan, versus the Bulldogs, they were white hot. Bowden, Jasper Craven, here's Cameron, gets it out to Gainer, ducks back inside, goes towards the goal square, no Tigers back there. Mark taken by Jet Roberts.
They're just set up too well, Wang Magpies, Lukey, and their defence is so solid and they're stingy, so perfect. They're predictable to each other, which is great.
To Fraser Ellis. Likes to go on a bouncing run at Normans, usually on the wing, Fraser. To Hayden, out wide. Gee, that kick had to be pinpoint, and it was, and there's a 50.
Yeah.
So against Colby Hennessy.
You could argue late, but just unnecessary. He didn't have to do it, Colby Hennessy, and it's probably a sign of the frustration that Albury are letting out, and they'll get that 50 there. Matt
Hayden, and he sends it in. Laverty and Clark. Clark over the top with a fist. Kelly off his chest. Duncan, look at that to Z-Bath. And they work it out to Jesse Quaid. Nice work to Grills. On to Gainer. Gee, this is good footy from the Tigers. They need a go out of this. They need reward for effort. Jesse Carey up against Roberts. Carey spins around to Jake Ryan. This is the best footy they've played all day, the Tigers. Heading towards the goal square. Ball bounces backwards. Jasper Craven, Jesse Carey. Play still goes on in the pocket here. There is a whistle.
Yeah, it looks like it was a leg, and it's going to go in the favour of Wang. So even the footy gods there with that bounce in the goal square aren't looking after Albury today. But that play there was much better. It was direct through the midfield. There was no hesitation with any kicks or handballs. So good play by Albury.
To Tyler Norton, 25 out from their own defensive goal. Rightio, Joel will get leading disposal, get it for both teams now, thanks to 40 weeks.
Michael Duncan seems to have made the full-time shift to half-back here. Him and Gaynor on 4 apiece, and Tellerico and Clark with 2 apiece this quarter.
Maggies with possession. Marjanovic has to go on a bouncing run here, and he sends it down the line. Oh, good work from Jesse Quaid, going back with the flight, takes it. Good kick too, into the corridor. So they want the middle. Jake Gaynor to Trusenar forward to Grills. Some nice moments here from the Tigers. Into Ryan. Wonderful footy, Dan.
Yeah, much better play there by Albury Tigers as well. So they're just looking to go indirect. They're trying to get the ball in the hands of Jakey Gaynor, and just off the ball as well. We're seeing Mickey Duncan go back, as Joel said before. He's gone straight to Bean, and he's putting a lot of physicality into him as well. So that's how good Maxi Bean's going, if they're putting time into that young fella there.
Jake Ryan, he's already kicked 1 in this quarter. This for his second. The Tigers have only got 2 in the board. We've gone almost 12 for NZ. He's got that one, Jake. That's 2 for him. Great work from the yellow and black, Joel.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. You can see from the bit of play here, as there's a little bit of how you going down at half back for the Tigers here, half forward for Wangaratta. Duncan is might be a couple little
jumper punches there by Mickey Duncan. He went down back to put a little bit of time into Maxi Bean, because he's been on fire, and the Wangaratta Magpies players have just come to remonstrate there, and Mickey Duncan's got him on the ground there. There is a fair good old wrestle going on here.
Yeah, it was Matt Hayden and him in a strong tussle. They're still going at it. So this hasn't dispersed, and the umpire's going to throw it up in the middle. Gee, that's smart. And didn't play...
Get the play moving.
Yeah, that's it. He didn't pay against either team for having extra players in the square. Super umpiring, Joel Montgomery.
Fantastic. Usually would probably pin the closest person from the opposition and give a free kick, but no, well, common sense.
I guess the criticism a little bit is the fact that Albury are showing aggression, but they're showing aggression in the wrong areas, Lukey. They've got to start winning it in the coalface and kick in scoreboard pressure.
Umpires Warwick Henderson, Matthew Hughes, and Dylan Sidebottom this afternoon. Gee, that was well adjudicated there, back in the middle. Jesse Quaid went down the line. Ball's gone out of bounds here. So at the moment, 11-8-74. The Maggies up over the Albury Tigers 3-5-23. Thanks to Inspirations Paint. In the third term, we have gone over 13 for Wiesners. Joel Montgomery, Dan Vercara, and Luke Francis at Norm Mins. Let's have a look. Here's Sharrick. Unthanks got him. Strong tackle. Ball out of bounds here. True centre wing on the broadcast side, Dan.
Yeah, he tackled him probably as hard as he can without giving away a free kick, I reckon, there. Unthank, which is the perfect temperament, I would say.
Okay, Bowden front spot. Well done by Tweedale. Get a fist to it. This is coming back over the chalk. Exact same spot. Rightio, Joel, we'll go to you, thanks to 40 weeks.
Well, you can see the Tigers' aggression has started to actually been towards the ball. Clearances are a 5 to the Magpies, 4 to the Tigers, and inside 50 count is 9-7. So they've actually squared a lot up this quarter.
Tigers have got to get the most out of this last quarter and a half of the year. Heine Hennessy to Bowden to half forward. Page edged under the ball by Wright. Smart turns it over to Kelly, looking for Grills. He's got to go back and look for it. Well done, Jimmy. Straightens up on his left foot. Carey. Handballs back to Jimmy Grills. Left foot, they miss.
Had a man on in the goal square too.
Yeah, so that one, another behind for Jimmy Grills, Dan.
Yeah, everything just seems rushed for Albury when they do get in those good positions. I guess they haven't seen it a lot this game, so it does feel rushed as Mickey Duncan's got it in the centre of the half-forward flank.
Yeah, Robertson, fact it is. So he goes now back into the pocket. Look at that. That was too easy.
Yeah, well, it's good work by Mickey Duncan. He got it in a dangerous position and didn't hesitate in his kick. He just kicked it to the space and let the forward lead into it as well. And is that Jakey Ryan again? He's having another set shot in a pretty tight angle. So he knows where the sticks are, this fella.
Doesn't he, White? So he's looking at his third for the quarter. 11-8-74. The Maggies up, playing Albury 3-6-24. So, Jake Ryan for his third. And for the third goal for the Albury Tigers of this term, that one's got some air in it. It's coming across the face, and Chris Knowles thumps it through for a minor score. 74 plays 25. 74 plays 25. Maggie's up thanks to Inspirations Paint.
He wasn't very far out there, old Jake Ryan. He just he hit
Got
the belly
under
of it and went pretty high. Almost brought rain. And Chris Knowles, who's played a good game, just punched it over the line there.
Rightio, Dan. We'll go to that scores around the grounds for the great Mr. Stoves.
Yeah, well, it's the one game that we're looking at the moment, and it's 10 points of difference. Murderford 44 to North Albury 55. Just saw a little bit of feedback there from the man on the boundary there from, might have been between Laverty and Garthwaite. So now he's just having a chat to the umpire, young Xavier Laverty. Not too sure what's playing out there.
I think Garthwaite might have had a bit of the jumper as Laverty went to the ground, so he might have forced him to the ground, Daniel.
Interesting.
Ovens Riverside. Ruck contest between Knowles and Ben Kelly. Tyler Norton, right foot, sends it up the line. Kelson got a fist to it for the yellow and black. Ball out of bounds again.
Going at it, those two, Garthwaite and Laverty as well. So there's just been a few spot fires all over the joint today, Lukey, which is entertaining for us neutrals for sure.
Yeah, you're right about that, Dan. So Jackson Clark has kicked 4. If you've just joined us, Xavier Laverty with 2 for the Maggies. Let's have a look. Back on the outer side, Ellis, Tamar Janovic. Gee, that's a high ball going inside 50. Tweedale, nice work from Hodgson. Out the back. First game in first grade in the yellow and black. Kelson takes the mark. So Nick gets it off to Garthwaite. Taken down.
And that'll be a free kick.
Kick away. Yep. So it's against Laverty. So Jake Page has got it. True half-back flank now. It's another 50.
And now it's 50. So he's just losing his head here a little bit, Laverty.
Yeah. So the Tigers pick up some valuable yards here, Dan.
Yeah, well, I think Garthwaite's been...
Oh!
Garthwaite's been reasonably clever in getting under his skin. It's just fallen apart for for Laverty there at that instance.
So Ben Kelly with the footy. Half full for the Tigers. Words are still going on back on the half-back line. Anyway, we'll keep focus on the footy. Ryan got up. Couldn't take the mark. It's been paid.
Oh, he paid it.
Well, there you go. An elite body and paint mark of the day from Jake Ryan.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, he definitely got up. So the effort there was great. As we just see Laverty coming off for a bit of a breather because it's just getting a little bit hot out there, Lukey.
Yeah, you're right about that, Dan. So Xavier Laverty making his way to the pine. Don't know if that was a mark, Joel, but the umpire paid it on effort anyway.
I think if you were playing test match cricket, you might have been asking for the third umpire on that one. Get a review there.
We'll be going upstairs.
Jake Ryan, can he kick his third this time? No, he's missed that one.
Probably the footy gods, to be honest.
Yeah, I reckon you're right, Dan.
And I'll tell you what, look, it's a bit of a one-sided affair, but I'll tell you what, it's fiery out there, Joel.
That's right.
I don't know whether to watch the footy or the fights or the scuffles. It's all happening.
You have to keep looking down on in the back pocket at each end when the ball's at the other side.
Yeah, you're right about that, Joel. You need 2 pairs of binoculars today. Righto, here goes Barrett. Long kick out of defence. It's going to be coming back, though. Ryan Garthwaite.
He's flown the flag for Albury. He's been really good today, Ryan Garthwaite.
Gee, reads it well, doesn't he, Dan?
Yep.
We shouldn't be surprised. He's played footy at the elite level. Here's Kelson, true centre-half back. The kick wasn't great, but he's got a lot of time to mob up here, Nick. Sends it down the line. Heiner Hennessy over his head. So just an example of a skill error from the Tigers. Turn back over. Here's right to Federico. Short ball to Jasper Craven. So what can they link together here? Lamagis out wide to Ellis. Now this is where he loves to go on a bouncing run. He just thumps this one in. We're just talking about Garthwaite. Gee, that's a tremendous effort. Play goes on. Clark picks it up, shooting in his 5th, and he kicks it. So terrible luck for Ryan Garthwaite. Clark goes in, picks up a handful, and the Maggies get another.
Yeah, well, Jackson Clark there kicking a great goal, but the courage by Ryan Garthwaite there was absolutely second to none. I can't help but think he probably could have gotten rewarded there, Joel. There, that was awesome. Going back with the flight of the footy and just not coming up with the mark there, but he's played a super game. But that man, Jackson Clark, he's the man of the minute. He's kicked 5, is it, Lukey? He's absolutely dominating. He's making my job as picking the player of the day a whole lot easier. But I must say, Chris Knowles is having a fair old crack in the ruck as well. He's been fantastic.
Yes, so Ryan Garthwaite went back with the fly, got one arm to it. He knew he took the mark, but it spilled out.
Fantastic mark.
Yeah, Jackson Clark's pounced on it. He's got a major to the club room's end. 80 plays 26. 12-8-80 plays 3-8-26. Maggie's up over the Tigers thanks to Inspirations Paint. In the third term, which is brought to you by Wiesner's, Bowden goes in with a big fist, ball out of bounds just in front of the Albury Tigers bench, which is sitting in front of the WB Richardson stand. We'll go to you, Joel, thanks to 40 Winks.
Clearance of 9 to the Magpies and 4 to the Tigers this quarter. I think Knowles has probably had 5 of them himself the way he's going. And coming up for another one.
Oh, you almost had him on cue, Monty.
Almost.
Yeah,
Very
Chris
nice.
Knowles brought down by Pattinson. Good tackle of Pattinson.
Yeah, it was. He's paid a free kick. Paid a free kick to Albury Tigers there.
I wonder what that one's for.
Don't know if it was holding the ball. It might have been high, surely.
Daniel Pattinson. Here's Craven to Barrett. Get it out to Hayden.
Laverty back on too.
Interesting. He's dragged by his own team. Here's O'Keefe. He goes to half forward. Bender. Good mark. So let's have a look. Matt Bender around the corner. Roberts takes the mark, so it's coming back at a rate of knots. In they go, the Maggies. Laverty couldn't take it. Kelly with a fist to it. That was Ben. Ball out of bounds. 40 around from goal. Club room's end.
Yeah, it's all happening out here. Wangaratta definitely dominating at this moment. And as we'll go around the grounds, that other game, Eddie's 5 points the difference. Murderford 7-9-51 plays North Albury 8-8-56, Lukey. So it's heating up at McNamara Reserve.
Unreal, Dan. That game on our sister station, 102.1 Edge FM. On O&M Live, this one on 1494 2AY. And don't forget, we're also live streaming the TDFL qualifying final between the Barnawatta Tigers and the Chiltern Swans. Gaynor tries to go over it. He's got company. Hodgson in there as well, so to Gotchling. So the umpire about to take control. 40 out from the club room's end goals. Hayden. Well done to Snavell on the second attempt. Laverty down low, knew he took it. Garthwaite makes a contest of it. Cameron taken in by the Maggies. A stoppage in the pocket.
It's been the most enjoyable watch so far today, the Garthwaite and Laverty match-up for us. Neutrals at the moment, and didn't disappoint there either.
Joel, inside 50s, thanks to 40 Winks.
12-11, Magpies way.
Bowden down in front. This one's heading across the line again.
You guessed it. Another stoppage in this game, Lukey, which is just a joy for you commentators. As we'll go around the grounds again. The other games were Wodonga 39 to Rovers 77, so they're getting a free lesson. Lavington 83 to Coralvus 30 as well.
Hayden got rid of Bowden. It's going to be paid in the back, is it? Yep. So the Tigers to get it here, deep in their back pocket. And as we said, don't forget, before we come off air tonight, we will have week 1 of the finals draw as well as the finals venues.
Ooh.
Looking forward to that. Now here's Bender, true centre half back to Robertson, gets him. Jackson Clark mans the mark. He's kicked 5 goals in this game today. Here's Eddie Zeebath. True centre wing. Broadcast side, Maggies are guarding the space very well here. Eddie doesn't know what to do. He's indecisive. He retreats. Back to Hodgson. Here's Bailey. They lose some more ground to Garthwaite. And out to Unthank. Now he's got a free man in Ben Kelly. He's about to use him now. Low kick. Gets Ben. Kelly wanted it back. Could have angled to the corridor. They're going to go out wide again to play. So this is okay. Nice movement. This is the kick though here. This is the one that worried them on the broadcast side.
It's let them down all day, this kick off half-back. So
Sharrock playing in front of Pattinson, ball out of bounds. And we'll get a boundary throw in.
Don't mind Dan Sharrock's work today. He's obviously still working his way back into playing senior football again after being out for so long, but he's definitely done his role in the midfield today. Monty, have you got his numbers?
On 16 disposals for the game
very,
so far.
Very solid.
So the Wang Magpies had kicked 9 goals before the Tigers kicked their first. So they were absolutely dominant in the first half. The Wang Magpies at the moment, 12-8-80, plays 3-8-26. Here's Bender breaking away for the yellow and black, goes forward. Ellis going back with the flight. He's got time to mop up. Picks it up now to Fraser. 35-metre kick, look at that, to Chris Knowles. On 25 for NZ in the third term. Joel Montgomery.
Yeah, 12 inside 50s apiece. So since basically that 9-0, it's been 3 apiece goals. So it's been actually a good contest since that first half.
Thanks to 40 Winks. Here's Hayden. So his eyes darting around. He's going to go long here with a dump kick. Robertson at the back. Duncan, in fact, it was. Goshling's taken the mark at the front. Wants to swing it in to Bean.
Be good, this kid.
He's lively, isn't he, Dan?
Yep.
To Harrison Smart. So now they're just forward of centre wing. Smart goes wide, looking for Clark. And Robertson fell over. Ball out of bounds here. 30 around from goal. Clubroom's end.
Yeah, you wanted the free kick there, Robertson, but probably wishful thinking, if I'm being honest. Jackson Clark was probably smart enough to just see that ball go out of bounds.
Alrighty, let's have a look here. Boundary umpire sends it back into play. It's a beautiful boundary throw-in. Robertson couldn't get his boot to it. Jackson Kelly over the top to Hodgson. Gainer, look at that. Faines went back inside. Z-Bath on his left boot. Wright got a fist to it. Bean again. Sends it up in the air. Let's have a look. Garthwaite sits under it. Got a double fisted to it. Cameron's got to go after it now for the Albury Tigers. Ball rolling over the chalk. Again, 30 around from goal. This time, Clubroom's end, far side.
Yeah, we've called his name again, Maxi B, and he's a lively character, and he's just going to put a massive smile on Jason Heatley's face if it's not on there already from this big deficit. But yeah, Maxi Bean, he's a positive one this game.
Yeah, it's certainly one to watch as Gotchling weaves around. He gets that on his left boot. It's coming across the face. Laverty's marked that. And has it gone across the line? Yes, it has.
Gentlemen, I was looking at my stat sheet thinking, gee, Bradley Melville's gone a little bit quiet, but as I look down at the bench there, it does look like he has his full kit off and ice on the shin.
Yeah, great spot by you, Joel Montgomery. So Brad Melville's day is done. He's in the polo, and as Monty said, he's got ice around the shin.
Yeah, it must have happened pretty early because we haven't called his name for quite a while. He's right, ducking and weaving. Back to Whiteside Tour. Nice spot to Hayden. So Matt, he's about to load one in from 70 out. Over the back it goes. Laverty whistle. And it's against Jackson Clark. He sort of knew straight away, giving away the free. Billy Robertson to take it. So on the board at the moment, it is the Wang Magpies 12-9-81. 12-9-81. Leading the Albury Tigers 3-8.
Should almost be 50.
That's
26.
Yes.
Rightio, Dan. Got an opportunity to head back up to the McNamara Reserve and see what's happening between the Sainters and the Hoppers.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's the gift that keeps on giving for around the grounds, Mr. Stokes Pool World. 57 apiece between North Albury and Murderford. So it is all happening at McNamara Reserve, Lukey.
How's that, Joel? That's what we wanted.
Absolutely fantastic finish to the season.
Ellis, 65 from home. Here he goes, Fraser. Wide ball. Gee, that was a good kick to Laverty. That was like a bullet.
Yeah, that was perfect. It would have been harder for Laverty to get out of the way of that kick, to be honest. That was absolutely perfect, and there's not much Garthy can do there in that scenario. So Laverty will have a set shot, probably 35 out in a very tight angle here, Lukey. So be interesting to see what kick he runs with. I'm going to tip the drop punt.
We've got Xavier down for 2. Now, they get quite rowdy over there in the pocket if he were to kick it down because it's right in front of the can bar.
Yeah, and I reckon he'll celebrate too, just quietly.
So you've heard the three-quarter time siren. Xavier Laverty to try and give the Maggies their 13th goal in round 18, and he steers it through and he turns to the can bar and he says, how about that one? Hey, how did you like that? That's a sound-cheering goal of the day from Xavier Laverty. They played a terrific game today, the Maggies. And at three-quarter time, it is Wangaratta, 12-9-81 to Albury's 3-8-26. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Ground Up Building Products. Kia. Movement that inspires.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
Every day we look after our family first. We go on adventures, we entertain with them, we care for them. Tobin Brothers Funerals will look after your family too. With a fixed price funeral plan, you can be assured your family won't be burdened by the cost of your funeral. Tobin Brothers are a trusted name since 1934 and take pride in creating funeral solutions. Tobin Brothers Funerals, Wodonga and Corowa, celebrating lives.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes.
Whoa.
Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
And at the moment, the Wang Magpies have got a mighty break at three-quarter time. They lead 13-9-87 to the Albury Tigers 3-8-26. They've been far too good up until this point. Right now, we're about to grab the CNL shower screens and wardrobes quarters best for the third term. Here is Joel Montgomery.
Yeah, Albury really started to bring themselves back into the contest. Unfortunately, the game was probably over at that time. But Jakey Gaynor had 17 touches up to this point. He had 7 in this last quarter to go along with the 7 in the one before that. Garthwaite had 5. And Duncan going to the back line had 6 himself. For Wangaratta, we talked about Melville was basically out for the game and didn't get a disposal of that quarter. But Federico, he's up to 17. He had 5 that quarter. And Clark has got his 5 goals to go along with a dozen touches.
Yeah, great work, Joel Montgomery. Thank goodness for Jake Gaynor, Dan, or this game would be, well, an even bigger margin by the way of the Black and White Army.
Yeah, it's a narrative that we run with all too often, unfortunately, is the fact that it's Jake Gaynor or bust a little bit for Albury, especially in that midfield battle. So he's battled hard today. As we said, Ryan Garthwaite has been superb. He's done all he can with the amount of entries inside that 50. Ryan Garthwaite, he's really just put himself in positions that you usually don't find a lot of defenders, so that's why he's played at the highest level. He's played a really good game. Apart from that, it's been all Wangaratta, unfortunately.
Absolutely, Dan. Rightio, we'll go back around the grounds thanks to Mr. Stowe's Pool World, and some news coming through from the McNamara Reserve that Josh Minot has in fact come to the bench.
We do. We don't know what he actually has done at this stage, but he's done for the day is the confirmation we're getting from our team down at McNamara Reserve, and the score there reads Murderford 8-9-57 to North Albury's 8-9-57, Lukey, so it is all square there, and the other games as well while we've got some time. Wodonga 42, Rovers 84. Cora Rutherglen 31 to Lovey's 83. Yarrawonga 47 to Raiders 25. So putting up a fight, the Wodonga Raiders, and that is around the grounds. And obviously this game 13-9-87. Wangaratta plays Albury 3-8-26, and all but over this game. And Brad Melville, unfortunately, his day is done as well. He seems to have a strapped
left calf,
but he had the shin.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been more.
Maybe
a shin splint. He might have copped the knock there, but a bit of a bruise. Being 50 points up at that stage,
probably just
don't risk him coming into finals.
That's exactly right.
Yes, the 7 days to get him right, Brad Melville. The Magpies will play an elimination final next Sunday in the O&M. At the moment, we are unsure of their opponent. It will be the Hoppers or the Saints. Rightio, Federico. Handballs off to Dan Sharrock. Here they come again, the Maggies. Inside 50. Gotchling to Norton, to Whiteside to O'Keefe. Gee, they come wide. Clark's got it again. He's going to have an opportunity at kicking his 6th goal here, Dan.
Yeah, and that is just too quick for any defence to defend, to be honest. They move the ball with so much pace. Obviously, they got a little bit fortunate with the free kick out there. Federico got taken high. But they're able to move the ball with their foot skills so quick, and Jackson Clark's going to have a look at it here and have a set shot for his 6th.
Here he goes, Jackson Clark. What a player this man is. A magician when he's right. Jackson, no. That one across the face. Laverty takes the mark.
Falls into his lap, but Albury have got to be better than that. He's just, essentially it's an uncontested mark once the ball's gone straight across the face for goal. So Laverty was in the right spot at the right time, and he's going to have another tight angle shot.
Kicked a great goal prior to 3/4 time. So he's kicked 3. Xavier, this for 4. He goes with the banana. No. Oh, yes.
Yes, he has.
Oh, yes. He's got it all right. Xavier Laverty with a ripping goal, a sunshine goal of the day from the pocket at the Evans Street end.
Oh, it's a great kick by Laverty, and he's had a really good year, and obviously had come back, and he's been probably their most potent forward since he's been on. So he's kicked the last goal of the 3rd, and he's kicked the first goal of the 4th. So hats off to Xavier. He's had a really good 10-minute period here, Mont.
It was quite interesting there. We were all wondering where's his opponent that's basically been a glove on him for most of the day. But if you look down to the other end of the ground in the goal square, Garthwaite has been moved forward. So maybe if that knock had put him out a little bit, not too sure.
So that's 4 for Xavier Laverty. He's having a great afternoon. Here's Norton, hurriedly on the boot. Inside 50 again, Clark to Marjanovic. Look at this, out to O'Keefe. Will on goal. And he's missed that one to the left. So 1 minus score. So 94 plays 26. 94 plays 26. Maggie's up thanks to Border Cup as Wodonga.
I'll tell you what, you might have missed it because it was so quick, but the clean hands and the handball by Jackson Clark was absolutely second to none in that play. They deserved a goal there, Wang.
Ben Kelly about to bring the TW Sharon in from the fullback position. Size 15 boots he wears, Dan. I walked in with Ben to Wodonga Martin Park last week.
5 sizes up from me, Luke.
Yeah, he had a pair of boots in his hand. I said, what size are they, Ben? And he said 15.
Jeez, that's a fair old foot.
Fair wheel, yeah.
Gee whiz.
Nice guy too. He's very, very tall, to state the bleeding obvious. Here's Cameron to Duncan. True centre wing broadcast side. Barrett takes the mark for the Maggies. They'll need this man to fire during finals. Always so good and rock solid down back. Cam, look at that. Beautiful delivery into Marjanovic. Here goes Braden. Lobs it up. Now Ben in a one-on-one. Nice work from Jake Page. Worked his way to the front. To Zeebath. And Duncan wants it. Eddie handballs off to Jake Gaynor. Short one to Carey. Laverty with a fist over the top. Carey, nice work to mop up. And Jesse thumps it out wide. That was good vision. Blomley, couldn't quite take it. Thought he could have won the free kick there. Batten picks it up. Out the back he goes to Jet Roberts. Whistle, holding free kick. So Jet will take it. Half-back flank for the black and white. Back to Barrett. On him live on 1494 2AY. Joel Montgomery, Dan Vaccaro, and Luke Francis with you at Norm Inns, the Wang Showgrounds. Round 18, the final one of 2025 in the O&M. Norton to White Tie Tour. Jimmy Grills mans the mark. Here goes White Tie. Turns it over. So too simple. That one to Colby Hennessy to pick off. Now he tries to centre it in. Blomley, gee. Players committing themselves. Smart went back with the flight. Here's Knowles circling around. Gets an inside ball. Jet Roberts. Nice work. Just couldn't get it away cleanly. Sharrock over it to Barrett. And they come this way. They got a chance to build on something here. White Tie Tour. Tried to just a little deft left foot kick. It wasn't great. O'Keefe's ended up with it. Ducks back inside. Weaving. Pops it up. Laverty at the back. Couldn't quite get there. Carey going back. He's got Laverty brought down. Play goes on. Umpire happy to let it go. Now he says holding the ball. And Robertson takes the kick for the Tigers.
Yeah, good little break there. Out again though, Albury. Wangaratta, the way they move the ball is just fantastic, Lukey.
Tyler Norton with a big fist out of bounds. That was beautiful, Joel.
Yes, and it's already as you said there, Dan, there's another inside 50. It's 4-0 at this time of the quarter in 5 minutes of play.
Finishing strong, Wang.
So the ball probably the furthest point away from our commentary spot. 60 out, Evans Street end, far side, Gotchling held in a tackle by Kelson. So in comes the umpire.
Quickly around the ground to Mr. Pool World. Murderford 64 plays North Albury 57. There seems to be a free kick.
Yeah, look at this. We've got a dog on the ground, Dan.
Oh,
Down
no.
in the goal square.
Oh, no.
Oh, don't let Panda see it.
Golden Retriever. It's a beauty, too. Put back on the leash.
That's
and the
not
owner.
Pandas, is it?
See, it's a beautiful
He
dog.
does have a little Goldie.
Well, there you go.
And his beautiful partner Miranda plays at Wang.
He trots off that dog. Look at him.
There you go.
Okay.
He wanted a kick.
He did.
Wanted to get in the action.
Knowles, Zeebath, Pattinson, taken down. So the score here at the moment, we've gone 6 in the final term for NZ, and we've got 14-10-94 the Maggies, 14-10-94 playing 3-8-26 the Albury Tigers, thanks to Mac Jack.
I'm not going to lie, Luke. I was waiting for a one-liner from you. I thought you'd be better than that.
Yeah, I probably should have been.
Think
Dan.
of one.
I'll have to.
I'll let you deliver it late.
Yes, thank you. Jackson Kelly to Cameron. Or Duncan, nearly taken down. Nice work to get his handball away to Hodgson, on to Grills. So a lot of handballs here. Here goes Jake Page. He's usually good by foot. That one up towards Ryan and Grossman. Good one-on-one. Ryan front spot, wins the free kick. He's got Colby Hennessy out. Goes to him now. Now this is the kick. He's 60 out. Oh, it's on. It's on big time on the half-back flank. Now Laverty's gone down. Now let's have a look. Tigers are involved. They're coming from everywhere, Dan.
Yeah, it's spot fires all over the shop here on the half-forward flank, and we didn't see what happened. We were watching the play because at the other end, but Laverty is down on the ground, so it was involved him and Albury.
Didn't see the incident, but does appear to be a lot of remonstration towards Duncan there.
Oof. Yeah, so it's all happening.
Well, I haven't seen one.
He's been sent off.
I haven't seen one as serious as this year.
Yeah, so Michael Duncan from Albury seems to have been sent off in that spot fire there.
Okay, so Xavier Laverty getting up with a trainer. Mick Duncan's having his number taken by the umpire. Yeah, that really caught
Set
out.
off or reported, has he been?
He did pull out the yellow card.
Okay, so after he gets reported, he'll go off.
I believe so.
For, I think it's 15 minutes there, Michael Duncan, so his day will be done. But what a big melee. Unfortunately, we didn't miss it, but we did go back, and Xavier Laverty's come off as well, so he looks to have gotten a bit of a shot in the guts by the looks of it. So it's all happening.
Yeah, it certainly is. Well, it's not often when the ball's at the opposite end of the ground, something catches your eye, but there was something out of the corner of my eye. I can hear the crowd lifting in the WB Richardson stand, and we turned around and Laverty was on the turf. As Dan has described to you, Mick Duncan has had his number taken. Joel, it was all happening there for a minute.
Yeah, it was quite. There was two little spot fires there, but you could see that Duncan was on the ground in a headlock after the initial bump. So he must have done something that really caught the eye of the teammates of the Wangaratta boys, and they are not happy at all.
Yeah, Wang will have a set shot just top of the goal square here, so they'll put it through, Wang.
Yeah, so Ellis to take the kick here. Here he goes, Fraser. He shouldn't make a mistake. 20 out directly in front. This to bring up the century for the Maggies. So he drills that through. That's their 15th. So 15-10, 100. 15-10, 100. Plays 3-8-26. And Dougie for Snap Print Solutions on our camera today. He would have caught all that action. I saw him swing the camera down.
I'll tell you what, he's a busy man, our man Doug, with all these spot fires and the plays as well. But it's all happening. And Albury, I guess they've brought a level of aggression to this game, but it just hasn't been in the right areas, Lukey, because the scoreboard reads 100-26 in favour of Wang. So Wangaratta, they're going to have the last laugh today by the looks of it. They're playing some good footy.
Yeah. Well, no one wanted that, Joel, because the game's done and dusted. I mean, the Maggies in front by a huge margin. It's just unfortunate that incident with Mick Duncan and Xavier Laverty has occurred. But anyway, that's footy.
Still on the bench, gasping for air. He's struggling to breathe a little bit, so he must have got him a nice, good one.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think he'd be back on for the remainder of the game. Here's Knowles. Bean takes the mark. Gee, I've been impressed with this guy. Oh, free kicks played against him.
Yeah, it was a free kick there. I wasn't too sure what for, but regardless of that, Ben has been super today. I really like the way he's gone about it. Such a young player. He's got a big future ahead of him, Lukey.
And Bailey Hodgson getting a few touches today. First grade footy for the Tigers. Heine Hennessy down the line. Big fist from Harrison Smart. Ball out of bounds. And we'll have a boundary throw in left of centre wing. Oh, hello. Another one's gone down. So Jet Roberts caught one in the back. I don't think there was much in that. Blomley, I think, might have just bumped him from behind. Oh, okay. So it's a bit of an ugly end to this game.
Plenty of words going on between the two teams as well at the moment.
Absolutely, it is all happening.
Yeah. So the history between them, the Wang Maggies, first established back in 1877. The Albury Tigers the year prior in 1876. So they've been around for quite a while. Jackson Clark, there's another. So that makes it 6. What a player he is, that man. An A-grade Jet, and he thumps one home to the Evans Street end. He is a star.
Oh, he's an absolute super. Wang. They've been fantastic all day today, and the way they've worked their 50 today has been awesome. They've kept it as open as they can. When Laverty's been up there, he's been really strong. He's kicked a few goals as well, and Jackson Clark, it's really been a two-pronged punch there, and it's just worked an absolute treat. Between that and the midfield dominance, Wangaratta deserve this big win.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jackson Clark and Xavier Laverty have kicked 10 goals between them. So 6 to Jackson Clark, 4 to Xavier Laverty. That's 10 of the 16 goals for the Maggies. Here's Federico on half forward. So they're tuning up. Last hit out before finals. Clark just dropped that one outside 50. Robertson. Ball's gone out of bounds. 55 around from goal. Evans Street end.
It looks like Garthway has come off to the bench, boys, in a little bit of duress. He was talking to the trainer, a little bit of a limp up. I'm not sure if it's cramp or he's actually got a little bit of a niggle going on at the moment.
Okay. Joel Montgomery keeping his eye on things. Thanks to 40 Winks. Dan Vaccaro for the Newmarket Hotel. And Luke Francis with you this afternoon down at Normins. Here's Robertson. Long one. Down the line, just trying to clear defensive lines. Whiteside Tour. And Jackson Kelly across the line. The ball goes. So 106 plays 26. 106 plays 26. Maggie's up thanks to Border Covers Wodonga.
Yeah, and around the grounds again, that game. Murderford 10-10-70 plays North Albury 9-9-63. A battle to get the second chance as well. So an amazing game happening in McNamara.
Saina's up at the current time. What an interesting watch. Federico. Whiteside Tour to Craven. Ball heading towards half forward for the Maggies. Grill's got a hand to it. Ball bobs up. Here's Unthank. Played well in the opening term. There's Wright to Sharrock, to Knowles, and then off to O'Keefe. Short one. Tried to pick up Gotchling. Bowden did well to just rake that ball back. Hacked out of there by Jesse Quaid for the Tigers. Roberts takes the mark. So it's going to be coming back for the black and white. Is Federico. Final turn for Mac Jack. Dan Vaccaro's got a massive Mac Jack shed at his home. It houses all of his trophies.
Sure. I definitely do.
Does Mara clean that too?
Yeah, along with everything else, unfortunately.
Kelly down low. Might be gone, Jacks, in the years. And the Maggies to take this adjacent of his scoreboard. And Hunter Gotchling will have a ping on the stick stand.
Yeah, Hunter Gotchling. He's been reasonably lively today, along with being as those sort of small forwards. But everyone's just really getting in on the act now for a Wang. They're playing some really, really good footy, Lukey.
So Hunter Gotchling kicked a major in the first term, a chance at his second. This will give the Wang Maggies their 17th. At the moment, they lead 106 to 26. So Hunter, gee, it's a tight angle. Just in front of the scoreboard here. Evans Street and didn't come off the boot well at all. It's gone through for a minor score. 107 plays 26. 107 plays 26. Maggie's up on their home turf. Let's go to Joel Montgomery.
You
Thanks
can
to 40
really
links.
feel the Magpies are starting to put the foot on the throat here. 6 clearances to 1, 11 inside 50s to 1 this quarter.
Gone 15 for NZ. The final term. Might get a stoppage here. In fact, it's a holding free kick. So it's going to go to Alex Federico. If you missed it, Brad Merville has played, well, the majority of the game. He hasn't played at all. He's been on the bench. Did have his left calf strapped. We're not sure whether that's a calf injury or a shin. So we'll have to try and find out a bit more info in the post game. He's Page to Hodgson and then back to Jake Page. And he goes with the left foot. Knowles, good mark from Chris. He's been good today, Dan.
Oh, he's a superstar, Chris Knowles, and he's probably been one of Wangaratta's best, along with Jackson Clark. He's been right up there. He's absolutely dominated the ruck. Probably an inexperienced ruckman in Bowden, who's really put together a good year, but Chris Knowles has just been immense today, to be honest.
Yeah, and his second and third efforts at ground level, so impressive. He doesn't win the tap. He's back on his knees, fighting away for the pill. Here he goes, Chris Knowles. Sends it towards home. It's going left. Ball going over the back. Tigers want to rush it through, do they? No. They play on. Grills, long ball out. That one heading out of bounds. And it was on the full. So the Maggies again come back in. Smart to Roberts. And they're going to come right back to Ryan Batten. Now, Paddy Wright is on for the switch, but they go to Federico. Wright's on now. So they come to Patrick. 75 out. Low ball. Ellis. Nice pressure from Bowden. Maggie's again. Here's Barrett. Ducks back inside. Does Cam. Over the top to Federico. So they create an overlap, and he sends it up to the top of the goal square. Free kick. Robertson will take it for the yellow and black. Okay, final term. So 16-11, 107. Wang Magpies with a mighty lead. A week out from finals, playing the Albury Tigers 3-8-26, thanks to Border Carpets Wodonga. After the final siren, we'll have our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. Dan Vaccaro has made his way down to ground level. Joel, we'll get our leading possession getter for the Maggies and the Tigers, thanks to 40 Weeks.
Tellerico has had a really good last quarter. He's had 6 for this quarter, with Sharrock having 5, and for the Magpies, Page has had 3.
Nice work, Pattinson. Back to Hodgson. To Ben Kelly. Where are you, Dan? You made your way down there?
Yeah, down here, mate. Just soaking it up. Pretty good atmosphere if you're a Wang Magpies fan, that's for sure.
And Dan, does it look like Laverty's got his boots off on the bench there? So he might be done for the day?
He does, mate. There's nothing else. He's just taking a breather.
Here's Wright. Handball's out. Blomley, can he get a go on his last game? Yes, he will. Well done, Will Blomley. Great service to the yellow and black over the years, and he gets a major, Dan.
Yeah, well deserved by Will. He's been such a stalwart for the Albury Football Club, over playing his 100th game today. But
yeah, certainly. So they pick up their 4th goal of the game, the Albury Tigers. So Colby Hannah Hennessy, Jake Ryan with a double, and now Will Blomley. So it's been a very lean day for them, Joel.
Yeah, only the second inside 50 for the quarter. They've only had the 2 clearances. On the flip side, Wangaratta have had 13 inside 50s and a couple that didn't quite make it on the way out from the defence.
Dan, we'll go down to you shortly. Here's Hayden breaking out of the middle. Let's have a look. Oh, what a mark from Chris Knowles. Sticky fingers. That's an elite body and paint. Mark of the day, Dan.
He's been almost best on ground, to be honest. Chris
He
Knowles
might have been a
is
bit upset at Dan just quietly at the very early crow on Jackson Clark's 6.
Yeah, he's making a miraculous comeback, hasn't he, Chris Knowles? He's been fantastic today, and he's going to have a set shot. I'll tell you what, if he kicks this, it's going to make it hard, boys, I'll tell you.
I hope he gets this because he really deserves it, Chris Knowles. That one straight through the middle. He's had a wonderful day, Dan.
He has. He's been super. He's really given Wangaratta first use of the footy out of the midfield, but around the ground he's just been immense. As we just saw then, he's floated forward and able to kick a major. So he has been huge today for Wang.
What a sensational tap inside that 50 there, to get it inside 50 there from that centre clearances. The ruck work was absolutely phenomenal, which you would have said from Knowlesy, but he actually got the benefit that time.
That's it. At the moment, the Wang Magpies 17-11, 113 leads the Albury Tigers 4-8-32 thanks to Border Carpets Wodonga. So time ticking down on the Tigers season. Here's Cameron as they go forward, the yellow and black. Ryan, good mark. Just hangs in the air and cruises into it, Dan.
Yeah, that was a really good lead up forward by Ryan, and we know how good he is up forward. He kicked 6 last week, and he's been reasonably lively with the limited opportunities Albury have had today. So he'll have a set shot. He'll have to kick it from pretty much just over the 51 metres. So big kick for Jakey Ryan.
He's kicked 2. This for a treble for Jake Ryan. Let's have a look. He'll kick it from right on 50 on the paint, club room's end. And that one's got a lot of air in it as well. Going down towards the goal line. Ellis. So they're about to bring it out, the Maggies, through Smart. On to Ryan Batten. So defensive 50. Clubroom's end. Back to Roberts. Gone close to 21 for NZ. Final term. So, Dan, I'll come down to you. We'll head up. We'll just have a look at this. Ellis. Kick was nearly smothered, or it was smothered. Here's Batten. And down the line they go. This one's going to stay in. Yes, it is. Heading towards the chalk. Bean going back. Unthanked. And the ball's gone out of bounds. Rightio, Dan, we'll get a score. We'll go around the grounds. The McNamara Reserve is, of course, what we want to check. What's happening up there?
Yeah, just getting it up now. So McNamara Reserve, Murderford 11-12-78, plays North Albury 10-9-69. So pretty close.
Unreal. Tweedo out of the ruck. Unthanked. Good pressure from the Maggies. Federico on his boot. His grills. He goes again. Now he's dragged it in. White tie tour there also. Umpire to take it. So just inside the fringe of a centre square, favouring the Evans Street end. 113 plays 32. 113 plays 32. Maggie's up by a country mile. Unthank. Left foot, top spinner. Blomley. Front spot. Here he goes, Will. He's looking at another. Oh, he slipped over. Maggie's had him, and he's gone.
Thought he might have got a hand to that one.
Batten. Out wide for the Maggies. Righto, let's see what they can build on here. Grossman gets around Ryan. Saw Colby Heiner Hennessy. Smart. They get the corridor again to Ryan Batten. Just left of his centre. Gone 23 for NZ. Final term. Out wide to Roberts. O&M Live on 1494 2AY. The live stream, thanks to Snapprint Solutions, is right. Now, Paddy can use Jasper Craven if he wants him. Back to Ryan Batten again. So they're just chewing up the clock now, Dan.
Yeah, they are. The game's well and truly done now. So Wangaratta just on ice at the moment, and a couple of boys on the bench have a few smiles and a few laughs. Lavity, and we've got Cam Barrett and Squid Melville as well. He hasn't taken a whole lot of part in this day, but all pretty happy down here, Lukey.
Here goes Hayden, and Matt, he sends it inside 50 again. Robertson playing in front, and away he goes. Look at him go, Billy. Goes on a gallop. to Garthwaite, and they've got no one forward here. Ryan's going back now. Billy Robertson's still running. Nice kick to Jake Ryan, and he takes the mark. 40 out, virtually directly in front.
Yeah, it's a little bit, obviously, a consolation, but that was good work there by Jakey Ryan. He's worked hard for most of the day, and he's definitely a likely forward, this bloke.
Well, he's kicked 3 today, Lukey, and I think he would be having 3 points and 2 that didn't quite make the distance. So he's had quite a few shots on goal.
Yeah, 9 in 2 weeks too.
Yeah, he's kicked 2, in fact, Jake Ryan. So this, we must have said 3 or 4 times. Joel is shooting for his 3rd, so hopefully this time he can put it through. And that one's wide again, so he's been a little off today. Been involved, but his kicking just hasn't been on. But after last week, you could forgive him. He was sensational. Not often you kick 6 straight. Here's Ellis. So, Fraser, as we count down to OMFNL finals in 2025. Let's have a look. The Maggies to Barrett. So, one last tune-up before things really click up a gear. All finals streamed on OMFNL Live and, of course, on 1494 2AY and 102.1 Edge FM. Here's Marjanovic. And he sends it up towards Truson, half forward. Federico and Jake Gaynor meet. Gee, that was courageous from Gaynor. Left of the centre, Blomley under it. Ryan, out the back he goes to Kelson, left foot. Sends it up towards the half-forward flank. Heiner Hennessy takes the mark in front of Roberts. So they won't get many more chances for the season now, the Tigers. 113 plays 32. The Maggies up, and in the ball goes to Matt Bender.
Yeah, it's good play there by Tigers. Obviously, Wang have put the cue in the rack, so to speak. So they'll go back and kick another, hopefully have another shot of the consolation here, Albury.
Shooting for just their 5th goal, the Albury Tigers. So let's have a look.
Just quickly, Lukey, around the grounds, 2 points of difference in McNamara Reserve, Murderford in front.
Wow. Here goes Matt Bender. Jeez, he struck that well, but he's missed it to the far side again through a minor score. So 17-11, 113. 17-11, 113. Let's wait for this scoreboard to tick over. To 49-33. 49-33 for the Albury Tigers.
Tell you what, it's fresh down here too, boys. Should have brought the jumper down.
Yeah, there's a bit of cloud cover here, Dan, isn't it? It's pretty overcast. Now there's Grossman. He goes out wide. So Smart. He's had a few kicks in the second half as Harrison Smart. About at that point of the scoreboard now, so it's 4-10-34, the Albury Tigers. Barrett to Ryan Batten. Full-back position for the black and white to Barrett. So they've been in total control of this football game from the outset. Never in doubt the result. And they're going to win by a mammoth margin this afternoon against one of their old foes, the Albury Tigers. Here's Tweedale. Josh, true half-back, wide out. Ovens Riverside. So, what now, Dan? Can these guys beat either the Saints or the Hoppers next week?
Oh, absolutely they can. Yeah, the 5 is so even this year, and we've seen so many upsets throughout the year. If you're a little bit off, they can make you pay. And Wang, when they play their best, they're one of the best teams to watch. So, absolutely, they're every chance next week, whoever they play.
Yeah, I agree. Joel?
I think that is correct, particularly with some of those injuries we've talked about from the other two coming in, particularly if Minogue is out with something serious. Could be a very danger game next week.
Yeah, and both teams one less VFL player next week as well.
Yeah, good point. Here's Bowden, quickly on the boot to Heiner Hennessy. Handballs off. And then left foot, Tigers go in. Ryan, so he's got it again. So this time he's 60 out.
1 point the difference at McNamara Reserve for around the grounds as well.
Who's up, Dan?
Myrtleford.
Saints up. Down towards the goal square. Ryan Ellis takes the mark. So Tigers couldn't get back in time. Garthwaite was trying. Gaynor couldn't quite get to the contest. Here's Barrett. 40 out from their own defensive goal. Oh, gee, Hayden and Smart almost clashed there. Jackson Kelly almost had Hayden. Smart brought to ground by Heiner Hennessy. And we will have a stoppage. Rightio, Dan, how are we looking now? Still that point difference?
Yeah, still the point difference in McNamara. So Murderford in front by 1 point.
Have we got a time clock there?
No, not at this stage, but I can find that out for you.
That's all right. Out wide, Barrett. He wants Ellis. gets him, so he held his width well.
Just in, boys, full time. Murderford Saints 1-1, so they'll get the second chance.
Oh, wow. So the Hoppers will play the Wang Magpies in next Sunday's elimination final. So interesting. And full time at Normans Oval in round 18 in 2025. And the Wang Magpies have won ever so comfortably. 17-11, 1-13 to the Albury Tigers, 4-10-34. Okay, so very shortly he will cross down to Devako on ground level. He's making his way out with that roving Mike. In fact, there he is, Dan. Look at him out there, Joel, just striding out.
G'day, boys.
And
it's very good idea.
Well, he's already given us an insight as to who he's going to go to. It'll be Jackson Clark for the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. He was wonderful this afternoon. 6 majors for Jackson Clark, 4 for Xavier Laverty. And it was a Maggie's blitz, Joel.
It was, you could almost put a blanket over quite a few blokes. I know Clark kicked 6. Chris Knowles was absolutely fantastic. And probably the whole back line. I know that the Tigers didn't have as many dangerous forwards, particularly when Garthwaite was playing back for the majority of the day, but just the composure, getting it out of the back line. Barrett was phenomenal with some of that usage and just created a lot of run and carry to build into their score.
Rightio, so not long before we head down on the turf with Dan. But the final score here again, it was the Wang Maggies 17-11, 1-13 to Albury's 4-10-34. And Dan gave us the final score from Myrtleford. It was the Saints getting home over North Albury. So next Sunday's elimination final will be between the Wang Maggies and the North Albury Hoppers. Okay, so Dan just weaving his way through there. There's Jackson Clark, so he's just giving out a few handshakes at the moment. One to Will Blomley. Dan calls him over. Here he is, the captain of the Maggies. We'll go down to you, Dan.
Yeah, no great surprise here, boys. Jackson Clark, you were phenomenal today, mate. 6 goals, but you must be so proud of the win. Obviously, probably not a great game for the neutral. It was a lot of stoppages, but you guys were really good today in all facets.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, with finals coming around the corner, we really wanted to get into some of our systems and what we do really well, and it was good to come away with a victory like that today, so it's really good.
Yeah, mostly forward for you today. It seemed to be a lot of space up forward for when you and obviously Xavier Laverty were out there. Is that something that you're going to look to play over the next month, is get those high half forwards and give you guys a bit of space?
Yeah, obviously just everyone playing their role. I thought Xavier played a real selfless role today, probably one of the best players in the league, and while he might not got as many rewards on the scoreboard as what he usually does, I thought he played a massive role today, so it was really good.
And the other player as well that was fantastic, a little bit stiff as well, was big Chris Knowles in the ruck. He was just immense today. Gave you midfielder's first purchase. You must love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He goes around the ground as a 4th midfielder. So, yeah, we love what he does, and they're giving me the wind-up now, so hurry up.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
There you go. So he got the Academy Awards music, Jackson Clark. He was asked to join his teammates, and there he is, 6th today. Joel, he was wonderful. One of the best players in the Ovens and Murray.
He is. And he kicked his 6. He set a few others up and probably actually missed 2 or 3 that you would just have penciled in if you put your head down before he kicked it.
Yeah.
So it could have been a really astonishing day, but still 6 and a few goal assists is actually a really good day's work for him.
Now, with the song as well, boys, I'll try my best, but it can cut out. So just FYI there.
Good on you, Dan. We'll stick with you. That's right. We will try and catch the song here, the Wang Maggies, as they leave the ground in round 18. For the Albury Tigers, well, it was a lean day at the office, to say the least. I mean, they kicked 4 goals in the end. So Colby Heine-Hennessy with 1, Jake Ryan with 2, and Will Blomley also with a goal. Great to see Will Blomley get one in his final game, Joel, but it just wasn't to be this afternoon. They were off from the start, and they were never going to beat the Magpies.
Yeah, and we talked about that they tried to bring some aggression, but it just seemed to be they were more aggressive, wanted to hit the blokes or get into the contest that way by trying to frustrate the Wangaratta Magpies, but when you're down by 50 points, that frustration doesn't really work if you're not trying to put it on the ball and get the aggression that way.
And they're just clapping Will Blomley off as well, the Albury Tigers. So 100 games and his last game as an Albury Tiger.
Yeah, nice touch, Will Blomley. So the Albury Tigers, as you said, Dan, forming a guard of honour, and Will strolls off the ground with his young tacker. Well done to Will Blomley, as you said, Dan. 100 games, brings up the century with the Albury Tigers, and his final one for the yellow and black. Okay, now where are you now, Mr. Vicari?
Just gone into the race.
Go on in. We're backing you in, Dan.
A little jog getting up there.
We're backing you in. So let's have a listen. Let's see if we can pick this up here. So Dan Vicara doing some of his best work with that roving mic as he heads into the club rooms here. And we're hoping to pick up the song. Jackson Clark, our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day, as they get a bit of quiet and then they'll really build into it. The Black and White Army. Yeah, the Wang Magpies far too good this afternoon for the Albury Tigers. They won 17-11, 113 over the Albury Tigers, 4-10-34 in one last finals tune-up before the things really ramp up next week. Okay, this is O&M Live. We'll get to a break. And remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Kia, movement that inspires.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
Every day we look after our family first. We go on adventures, we entertain with them, we care for them. Tobin Brothers Funerals will look after your family too. With a fixed price funeral plan, you can be assured your family won't be burdened by the cost of your funeral. Tobin Brothers are a trusted name since 1934 and take pride in creating funeral solutions. Tobin Brothers Funerals, Wodonga and Corowa, celebrating lives.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.